Yo. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Hey, shut y'all ass up, man. Testing, testing. 323, 323. Our ass be tweaking, boy. All right, how y'all listening? High school always. Well, we gotta drop it up there, and I ain't come, man, huh? Always. Everybody don't come up in here with that bullshit, man. What you talking about? Always. Always. What? Why the fuck you just do that dumbass screenshot shit? Man, this gonna be the last blazy of this. I don't got no more of this. That's my last smoke. Shit diabolical. I ain't gonna back to you. Shit getting spooky, man, when you get to running out of smoke. Shit, what they say, spooky, boy. Okay, I ain't gonna back to you. Shit get scary. Spooky, hilarious. Very spooky, hilarious. Rolling up doinkies. How they roll a doinky. What are you talking about, motherfucker? Gotta get some more smoke. I'm running out of smoke. Running out of smoke. Yo, yo, my boy, what's the word? See, I'm in this bitch. I'm rolling up the first blunt of the live stream, you know. You know I gotta roll up and smoke one before I start the live. You feel me? You already know. This shit. At least I get to smoke a new strain on gang after this one. I'm gonna be able to try the new strain. I don't lie. You feel me? Scary, spooky, very scary, spooky, very scary, spooky. listen to some shit while I roll up my joint.
I ain't came a long way from up the road. Daddy up in jail, long ways up the road. I'm from the streets, my nigga, but my son won't be from now. Spent half my life inside the streets, I still don't even care. Cause I stack that money high. I gotta thank God that I made a way. I could've messed up my life, spent hours late through the night. It could be worse, I'm thanking God I'm the one who was saved. I done did jail time in the north side, ducking from that fire. I even rode the city bus with moms as a child. Remember times I sit that hot box and just meant them slugs. Now in my Maybach go that rose where we smoke out now. Now I be screaming I'm a real top shiner. Just I slept with life, was depend on how my life go. Don't wanna see the pen again. I am not a rider, they cannot take my title. It all come from my heart and dome. Had to run up all this money from my kids, I'm suicidal. All he did, man, be speaking to me, saying go get some more. I keep hearing a voice, I think it's Dave saying keep my pole. I keep hearing a voice, I think it's Donkey saying don't trust these hoes. I ain't came a long way from up the road. Daddy up in jail, long ways up the road. I'm from the streets, my nigga, but my son won't be from now. Spent half my life inside the streets, I still don't even care. Cause I stack that money high. I gotta thank God that I made a way. I could've messed up my life, spent hours late through the night. It could be worse, I'm thanking God I'm the one who was saved. Used to go have on a blunt, just me and Tony. Used to be with Jordan and did some shit go wrong, he end up dumping. That's my twin with the twins, trade on nothing but get the money.
That's my song. Y'all can't be barking and shit. And I don't got my blicky by me, boy. Y'all tweaking. Oh, get the fuck on, man. Y'all ass tweaking. Okay, can show this on live. No blicks allowed on live. Okay, but I had to make sure the blicky was by me. Now I need to get back to what I was doing, rolling up that shit.
A fight inside the hood, I lose or win, that shit ain't nothing. All I know is go again, don't give a fuck cause I was stuck. Started clutching, never slipping, I was trying to stretch me something. Had a shootout right on side of blue, my gun jam, I start running. Remember Thomas Ray, he showed me how to work the motherfucker. Say he been in this section years, he grew up with my mom and all. I watched my nigga trap off powder, less than all, he still ain't fun. I know my ex was laced with fitting all. I grew wise and still ain't crumble. They'll tell you I'm the king of the jungle like Mutama. My nigga, I done came a long ways from up the road. Daddy up in jail, long ways down the road. I'm from the streets, my nigga, but my son won't be from now. Spent half my life inside the streets, I still don't even care. Cause I stack that money high. I gotta thank God that I made a way. I could've messed up my life, spent hours late through the night. It could be worse, I'm thanking God I'm the one who was saved. From the streets, but my son won't be from now. Hey, hey Draco, hey come here. Yo, hey reach me that cup, slime. Draco, sit right there. Let's go. What up? Tryna find my soul now. Hey, I pulled up 2 doors up. About to cop that rose. Full of fuck on like me. I'm saying what it is. What you want, smoke or something, bitch? Thank God I got my own now. Feel that I'm not wrong now. Tryna find my soul now. I can go to shows now. Got me a new pole now. Got me a new hoe now. About to cop that rose now. Living on my own now. Turned up, I won't turn down. Happy in my songs now. Bitch, you better not text me. You excited that I'm gone now. Bought moms a new home now. Bought Draco a new buzz down. My judge said she happy I'm on track, so I'm not wrong now. Yeah, but I'm still reminiscing. reminiscing about my old lady. Sleeping on my own, baby. Notice that I'm strong, baby. Strapped up with that chrome, baby. Money on my dome, baby. And I came a long way. Drugs got me gone, baby. I'm happy with my money, baby. Fuck if they think I'm outdated. Jonah said she hate on faking. Kiki wanna have my baby. Bitch, I'm caught up in this flexing. Kill that boy, he talking reckless. They don't like how I been rapping. Bet they bump my shit in Texas. Stop and pray that my heart have not gone different places. I've been all alone for the last year, baby. I'ma die before this Christmas, I ain't scared. I'ma face. Give a fuck about where you at or who you with, bitch. I done made. I got my own now. Feel that I'm not wrong now. Tryna find my soul now. I can go to shows now. Got me a new pole now. I don't need no hoe now. I'm about to cop that rose now. Living on my own now. Turned up, I won't turn down. Happy in my songs now. Bitch, you better not test me. You excited that I'm gone now. Bought mom's a new home now. Bought Draco a new buzz down. My judge said she happy. I'm on track, so I'm not wrong now. Lamborghini with the doors up. Money got a nigga froze up. North side, I'ma throw it up. Big house with a high tub. Ran it up, got $1 million plus. G-Wagon gave it to my thug. 40 Glock, I'ma keep it tough. On live, he ain't see him running up. Living in the better days now. Reggae on the tape now. 3 sons, one on the way. Don't fuck with them, so I'm fake now. Gold plated, brand new K now. Shoot a nigga in the face now. 300K on the ring now. Tryna overdose, I lean now. Thank God I got my own now. Feel that I'm not wrong now. Tryna find my soul now. I can go to shows now. Got me a new pole now. Got me a new hoe now. I'm about to cop that rose now. Living on my own now. Turned up, I won't turn down. Happy in my songs now. Bitch, you better not test me. You excited that I'm gone now. Bought mom's a new home now. Bought Draco a new buzz down. My judge said she happy. I'm on track, so I'm not wrong now. And I got my own now. Feel that I'm not wrong now. Tryna find my soul now. I can go to shows now. Got me a new pole now. I don't need no hoe now. I'm about to cop that rose now. Living on my own now. Turned up, I won't turn down. Happy in my songs now. Bitch, you better not test me. You excited that I'm gone now. Bought mom's a new home now. Bought Draco a new buzz down. My judge said she happy. I'm on track, so I'm not wrong now. So I'm not wrong now. Yeah, I've been living in the dark for too long now. I'm about to want me and I'm cool soul now. You know, about to let white people now.
It's fall like rain in the twilight glow. Memories echo as the cold winds blow. Each step away feels like another goodbye. In the silence, I wonder why heartbreak shadows. Alone in this quiet room, shadows fall. Echoes of what we had, now just a call. Hearts once intertwined, now just a call. The night feels cold.
I'ma start this out by saying I hate you, bitch. I hate you, really hate you. You know it won't cost you a dime to be faithful. Why it's so hard to be faithful? So ungrateful. Took off my cape, no, I'm not coming to save you. No more, no more. Cause you look better on the other side of the door. Treat a queen like a queen. Only wives get a ring. And I'm so sorry that you're nothing but a hoe. You was supposed to be the bride in my dream. I swear it must be Halloween. Cause I done seen this nightmare before. When it rains, it pours. Ever since the day you came in my life, it started raining. I don't wanna deal with the pain no more. You told me it wouldn't be the same. Your pride too big to ever change it. You're dangerous. Shawty, I swear your fucking love is so dangerous. Oh, nah, nah. You're dangerous. Your love, I swear your love is so dangerous.
Mercy, that shit gets you high, bro. Doing that shit, bro. On game, that shit. Yeah, yeah, that bitch is different. Damn. Yeah, boy. I probably might do that shit like in the middle, like when I did that shit. You know, when I started up, really, I just smoke a blunt, wait till people to get up in this bitch. Cause it literally take like a good like 20 minutes for motherfuckers to start getting the notifications. So I just be smoking the blunt, be listening to my little shit. I be doing that. When I do music reactions, that shit down there be like in the middle, or that bitch be like in the end. Either the middle to the end when I be doing them bitches. What my favorite pipe that I own, or just a favorite in general? I mean, I damn near got the favorite shit that I own too. So it's like I say the G26 Gen 5. I love that motherfucker. On game, like that's my baby for sure. Lots of motherfuckers talk about it, but it's the most versatile lock on the market. On game, it ain't shit more versatile than that. I ain't trying to argue, ain't no debate. Someone try to debate with me about it, and I can tell you, bro, it ain't no lock more versatile than really it's the 27. But the 27 is the 40 cal version of the 26. Woo up the bill, bro. So really, the 27 the most versatile because you can do a barrel conversion. But outside of the barrel conversion, 26, 27, most versatile Glock, hands down, because it's like you can't make a bigger Glock smaller, but you can make a smaller Glock bigger on game. What I mean by that is a Glock 19 can't do what my gun could do, but I could do everything that the Glock 19 could do. The Glock 17 can't hold what my stuff could hold, but I could hold what the Glock 17 could hold. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it's the most versatile, you dig. You get me? When it come to double stack. When it come to double stack, you feel me? Now when you get into all that single stack stuff, you feel me? I don't own a single stack. You feel me? I know the G32 can be swapped. Yeah, that one. But I ain't gonna cap to you. That one, you feel me, doing all that too. I was really looking at like the size, like I wasn't really looking at the barrel conversion for real. That's why I ain't get the 27 over the 26 because I ain't really care about doing the barrel conversion. I just be like, shit, I just want something that's like, I if I need to be a pocket rocket, it could be a pocket rocket. If I want to be have more like a full size grip, I can do that. If I want to slap a 30, I can slap a 30. You feel me? And it's like I don't carry a 30, but it's just the fact that it matter. You can still slap a REM Glock mag into the 26 on gang. So it's like that shit just so cool to me, bro. Like that shit always been cool to me. Like how that bitch could you could slap a 30 up at that bitch, bro. So I be like, damn, that shit. Like how the fuck this small ass shit could slap a 30 up in that bitch, bro. That shit be wild. And I ain't talking about no Pro Mag, ETS, EST, whatever the fuck that shit called. I'm talking about official OEM. Cause I ain't gonna lie. I used to be playing crazy out here, riding around with EST, whatever that shit called, EST, whatever the fuck the clear shit is, the fucking see-through magazines. I know it's a EST or some shit. Or them bitches, man. People say them bitches be good. Boy, my shit used to jam. If I held that bitch slightly a little bit lip, boy, that bitch gonna jam. You gotta have the perfect formation when shooting with that bitch. But also, I had a little 42 with a little EST, whatever the fuck that shit called. Y'all know what the fuck I mean. If y'all know guns, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. And my nine is kind of hard to hide. Yeah, bro. That's why I don't be liking that. You feel me? Cause you see me, what I carry, I be having my little bag. In my bag, I keep 3 different magazines on me. I keep a 15, I keep a 12, and I keep a 10. You feel me? And with that, I'm able to basically do everything. Like if I need to do deep concealment, slap the 10 up in there. My normal everyday magazine, I just put the little Glock 19 magazine up in there. You feel me? And that's what I carry on because anything else be a little too big. You feel me? I feel 15 is the perfect. You feel me? Unless you wearing like big shit, but like when I be wearing shit like this, it's be kind of easy to see that shit up on me. That's why I'll be like, yeah, I ain't gonna back to you. Slap the 15. Appreciate it, my boy. On game 15. 15 is, I feel that's low key like the perfect. That's why I'm not even tripping. Cause the law that they get out here, you gotta have 15. I honestly only carry 15 anyway, personally. So it's like I was even tripping on it, even though they don't even care about that. Like they be saying that shit, but I know so many motherfuckers that just carry any motherfucking whatever the fuck they gun got. I carry 418. I got a 32. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna back. I leave my 30 at the crib. I don't bring that unless I'm going to the range. Like the only time I use the 30 is for the range. I ain't gonna back to you. But what I keep up on me is like I said, those 3 magazines. You feel me? And then I keep an extra 10 round magazine inside my car. Like just keep it up in there. But I keep 3 magazines up on me. And I just leave an extra magazine up in the car. Just because I'm like shit. I got all these I had an extra 10 round magazine. Cause you know, when you get the Glock and shit, it come with like 3 10 round magazines and shit. And I turned one of my 10 rounds into a 12 round by adding a little hive up on it, the little pinky extension. Then I had another 10 and another 10. So I'm like that extra 10. I'm like, fuck it. You feel me? Cause I still end up, I got a 15 round too. So I'm like, I don't even know what to do with that little 10 round. I don't need it inside the crib with me because I got a whole 30 inside my crib. So it's like, I was trying to figure out what can I do with this little motherfucker. I'm like, oh, I could just leave this little 10 round inside the car. Like, shit, if a zombie apocalypse happened, you gonna be like, oh, shit, I forgot I got that 10 round inside the car on game. That's why I've been like, that's what really be for. If a zombie apocalypse happened, you gonna be like, damn, I remember I did put that little 10 round magazine up in that bitch. Yeah, I didn't be forgetting I got that bitch up in there though. But I never leave no gun up in the car though. 'Cause I know some people be saying they got a car gun. I never leave. I don't be trusting that shit, boy. Nigga breaking your shit any moment, boy. Your shit took just like that. So it's like, boy, I ain't leaving no shit inside no car, bro. The only time I leave my shit in the car is if I'm going to a place where I know for a fact I can't bring no blick. Like I gotta walk through a metal detector to get up in that motherfucker. Then I gotta leave pipe up in the car. But really, I don't even trust leaving my pipe up in the car because I feel if I ever get a pipe taken from me, it's gonna be because I left that motherfucker in the car. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't nobody gonna get me for no blick. Someone get me for a blick is because I left that motherfucker in the car. That's why I don't be trying to do that shit, leave them bitches at the car. Yeah, my homie got that. But my homie did that in high school. He did that. And I'm like, man, I can't be one of those dudes. You wake up, you go out to the car. Where my blick at? It's gone. You forgot to lock your door. Because people be forgetting to lock their door. That's another reason too, because sometimes I forget to lock my door and stuff. You don't want to forget to lock your door. And you gotta blick up there. You gotta make sure your stuff locked all the time. But people still get up in it. Quick. Quick. Shit. It depends on what page make it. On what page make it for real. I ain't gonna bap to you. Cause I don't be doing no random pages on my YouTube page no more. I ain't gonna bap to you. Like all the pages that I be doing, but yeah, and any video that's new, I do on my Twitch. But people don't be sliding over to the Twitch. People slide over to the Twitch. But it's like the people that be asking for the requests don't be sliding over to the Twitch. Because lots of the people that be doing the requests and stuff, they already on the Twitch. Because I got like 100 people on Twitch. You feel me? And that's why I really be doing all the requests for new pages and stuff. And the people that I be doing requests up in here, they be telling me pages that we already did. Like the people that be telling me these videos, we did those pages on Twitch already. So I know that them pages good and stuff. You feel me? So like all the pages that they be telling me, the videos they be telling me is from pages that I be knowing and stuff. They don't be telling me no new pages. There's no all the pages I be reacting to. But I could try to find a video like I did for the last dude. If you tell me the name of the gang, I can see if one of my pages did it. I ain't gonna bab to you. It depends on how the page looking though. Appreciate it, my boy. Much love. What is this? The brutal end of Australia. I already did the Australian game. I did that shit yesterday. Fun got bumped in the UK. Fun got bumped in the UK.
Look, it's no chill. Remember days I had no.
Folks got bumped in the UK. Now the UK people like, what do bump mean? So bump mean he got caught with that stuff. The police caught him. That's what it mean when he got bumped. So basically, a UK rapper got bumped. So now since y'all know what bump mean, we finna get into the video.
Look, it's no chill. Remember days I had no till, so I had to whip it like oatmeal.
This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel.
I ain't gonna lie, that song was like kind of weak. I gotta whip it like, oh no, bro, come on now. I'm trying to hear you crash out, gang.
Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And this episode is sponsored by Maurice Andrews Solicitors, Birmingham. Get in touch today for your legal representation. News has broke today that Manchester rapper No Chill has been jailed for just over 19 years for his involvement in a drug conspiracy line and also possession of a firearm that was used in several different incidents.
Ooh. Oh, they got blocks in the UK. Whoa. Whoa. I was expecting what y'all be calling it? The Russians.
The firearm was linked to multiple different disputes across Greater Manchester, dating back as far as 2012, and Greater Manchester Police seized the gun alongside several arrests that were made that saw a lot of prison time for the organised crime group. They sold heroin and crack cocaine via the Lex line, and from extensive phone analysis, detectives identified that Clint Curtis, aka No Chill, was attributed to being the primary controller of the drug line, and he was very heavily involved.
So they just hitting everyone with weak goals, bro. So y'all rappers out there, hey, is a whole bunch of rappers getting hit with Ricos in the UK, or they just doing that in America and stuff?
Involved in the street dealing of the drugs. Also involved in the conspiracy was Jerome Williams and David Curtis, who were known to be in possession of the phone at times when Curtis was not.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. They look like they be on the short bus. I'm not even gonna bap to you. Most definitely, I see them, bro. I'm going the other way, bro, because I don't know what thoughts going through in these people's head.
This was shown via telecommunications and also surveillance. The group had access to several different safe houses that were situated across Manchester and also Stockport. This is where they stored their drugs, and the police would also discover during raids a firearm. Officers from the County Lines team evidenced that between the conspiracy period of the 9th of October 2023 and the 1st of April 2024, the group sent almost 50,000 messages via the Lex line to customers, and
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. And it's like, I would talk about them for doing it, but then at the same time, it's like almost every criminal use their phone while committing crime. So it's like, it's just a common thing for everybody to just make it easier to go to jail, I guess.
these messages advertised the drugs and also opening hours, and they sent messages such as fat rocks of both on Lex and on all night.
Folks, I know y'all not sliding in the UK, bro. Why do he get a 30 and that it's not filled up all the way? That 30 is not filled up all the way, my boy. I was finna say, bro, y'all got 30s in the UK. I'm looking at it, bro. That's a 30 with like 3 bullets, my boy. What is going on? I ain't gonna back to you. Maybe it's just 12 did that to make it. I don't know, bro. I don't know the reasoning behind it. Because I've been like, if 12 gonna take out the bullets, they're gonna take out all the bullets. Why would they leave just a couple? So I'm assuming this had 12 found it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Detectives established that through the conspiracy period, they believe they sold over 3 kilos of drugs with a street value of £300,000. A surveillance operation was authorised, and Clint Curtis was seen driving several different cars and in possession of multiple mobile phones. Both of these breached his licence conditions after he was convicted for a different offence in 2022. After several weeks observing the group go about their daily business, the police executed several warrants on the 24th of April 2024. These were at addresses in Moss Side, believed to be safe houses, and also addresses across Stockport. Police recovered heroin, crack cocaine, several mobile phones, and items belonging to Jerome Williams.
Boy, it looked like them bitches. They old. You got them old, you digs for sure. And I hope y'all know, like, over time, bullets do get faulty. Like, you feel me? Like, they can get faulty. You feel me? Especially if you got some super old ones. You'll get a little dud up in there. I ain't gonna back to you. Even when you get some stuff that's not old, you'll get some faulty ammo and some new stuff that you just bought from the store. So I'm just letting y'all know, y'all playing with them 1900 ammo and stuff, boy. You gonna get a little dud.
Highlighting that he'd been there. When officers searched at safe houses, Curtis and Williams had been driving around the area, and they later drove back to Stockport and entered another safe house on Peak Bank following the warrants in Moss Side. The men's behaviour was described as panicked as they checked the other safe houses to see if they had been compromised. While searching the safe houses, police located a firearm, 2 magazines that contained ammunition, and a tray of ammunition that was in a box, in a bag,
Man, it's crazy because in the UK, bro, they be taxing. They be taxing for this type of stuff, and that's the most cheapest ammunition you could get. Just looking at it, I could tell like that's like the most budget ammo ever. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Just looking at it, bro. And I know that's crazy, bro, because they waxing y'all for the cheapest ammo you could get on the market, bro. I ain't gonna buy, but I could get a whole box of that for the bro. And they probably waxing y'all, bro. We don't condone anything inside this educational documentary.
bedroom. The firearm was seized and sent for forensic testing, which confirmed that the weapon had been used in 4 different shootings across Manchester, and this included a fatal shooting of a man in East Manchester in 2012. On Wednesday the 22nd of May 2024, there was a strike day conducted across Greater Manchester, and Clint Curtis was arrested at an address in Ardwick, and David Curtis was arrested at an address in Radcliffe, after he attempted to hide and lock himself in the loft. After some negotiation, he came down and he was trying to hide his mobile phone. After another warrant that was issued in the Romilly area, police located a large bag of mixing agents, scales and a debtors list, and this made reference to Lex about money. On the 3rd of June, after being wanted by the police for 2 weeks, Jerome Williams handed himself in and was swiftly arrested. In a rap video, the police discovered Clint Curtis was called No Chill, and he used language that they said was explicit in the association of firearms and drugs, and he boasted about his exploits, and most notably, in the video you can see GMP officers searching his G-Wagon. He also says in the song, "Had feds searching the G-Wagon, you know the G's hot." Unfortunately, they then went on to say that Clint Curtis and his associates, following a covert operation and several searches of cars and vehicles, firearms were discovered and large quantities of drugs, and this has landed them in jail for several years. Clint Curtis pled guilty to conspiracy of Class A drugs and was found guilty of possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life, and was sentenced to 19 years and 4 months.
Bro, 19 years, bro. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. For that white and that needle poker, now that would get you some time for sure. But I know they probably lost of that time probably because they probably tripping more so over the blicky for real. Knowing the UK, I'm like, what's now? Hey, if y'all know, what gave him the most of his time? Like, what made him get what charge gave him the most time? Was it the charges because he had that substance, or was it the blicky charges? You feel me? Which one gave him the most time?
Jerome Williams was found guilty of conspiracy to supply Class A drugs and possession of a firearm and was jailed for 12 years. Giovanni Edmondson was found guilty of possession of a firearm and intent to endanger life and possession of ammunition with intent to endanger life and was sentenced to 5 years. David Curtis was found guilty of supplying.
But bro got 5. Bro, how you gonna say with intent, bro? You found it at the house, bro. Oh, wait, just because you have it, it's intent? Because it's like, bro, how you gonna say he trying to do that, bro? Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. You get to doing that in America, bro, we gonna beat the case, bro. Talking about you intended to use. No, I didn't. I did not intend to use anything. That's a lie. You don't know what I was gonna do with that.
Class A drugs, and he was jailed for 6. Detective Inspector Rick Castley from the Serious Organised Crime Unit said Clint Curtis boasted about his criminality in several rap videos that were published on YouTube. These videos glorified the criminality that he was engaged in and how much money he was making from this. He had no regard for anybody and how it impacted their lives. These men made significant profits at the expense of vulnerable drug users and were in possession of a deadly weapon.
Oh my gosh, they are menaces to society. We do not condone anything that the UK is doing inside this educational documentary. I'm just showing the world that the UK do got some crazy stuff going on that we don't know about, you feel me? Like, I thought it was just tea, crumpets, everything nice, and swords. But as you can see in this video, they got more than swords. You feel me? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any educational, informational documentaries like this. Educational, informational documentaries. But popping out and doing wrong, popping out, doing wrong. Yeah, them swords, bro. I ain't gonna bab to you that stuff. Them swords is crucial. I ain't gonna bab to you, bro. That's why I'm be like, man, y'all UK people, we say UK people a different breed. Well, since this popped up first, we're gonna finish this Sweden video. Cause it popped up on my home feed. And we gotta finish it anyway. This gonna be the last part. I think this part 3 or 4. Honestly, I don't know. Bro, in the UK, they will fight with him and shit. Bro, I seen a video of y'all dueling. It's not what I expected, bro. I thought it was on some real life cool stuff, bro. Y'all be looking like GTA characters having a knife fight, bro. On game, y'all be like, I was like, bro, I thought y'all was, y'all was not on that type of time. And when I seen the video, bro, I was very disappointed when I saw y'all looking like GTA characters unaliving people, bro. Y'all did not look cool unaliving people, bro. I see them, bro. Boy, they hit real deal, bro. You watch the UK videos, bro. They hit you with this. Oh yeah, this how all them sleep. They got the big ass machete. Oh nah, bro. They tweaking this out the UK, bro. I gotta stay away from them motherfuckers, bro. They ass out there wilding. They ain't gonna bap to you, bro. They be putting all they might in them swings too, bro. In game. They be wilding, bro. I seen it. You get hit with one of those attacks though, you over with. Cause they be putting they all into that shit. That's why them bitches be breaking this shit when they be using it. Them motherfuckers be going all in. Straight power. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I did hear about that one story in the UK. Brody got his hand cut off dueling. I be like, bro, it's real in the field when you get your hand cut off while dueling. That's when I knew the UK wasn't for me when I heard that. You feel me? I was like, dang, folks really got his hand cut off while dueling, bro? What's going on out there, bro? And then I heard the other thing. Folks got holding his intestines. Boy, what y'all tweaking on out there in the UK, bro? The dueling is not what I expected, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's not what we expected, bro. Honestly, bro, we made the UK stuff look funner, bro. I thought y'all was dee, 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 dee. You feel me? Damn, they're doing backflips and shit with the swords and shit inside y'all head, bro. I ain't gonna back to you. Yeah, you been the dude before got head to head with a heavy dotted knife. You see, that's what I'm saying? Y'all be dueling with anything out there, boy. Y'all be tweaking, boy. They be tweaking. That other video that we was watching, folks got hit with the guardrail. Bro, why y'all hitting motherfuckers with the guardrail in the UK, bro? Tweaking picked up the whole gate, flagging them. Oh shit, boy. Y'all hitting motherfuckers with gates now in the UK, bro. Shit be crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like that should be y'all be overdoing it with that stuff, boy. Y'all just be like, all right, fuck it, we better overdo it. Hey.
The baby-faced Swedish gangster rapper Einar had built a serious buzz for himself in the years preceding his tragic fate. However, his position in the gangster rap scene and his proximity to real gangsters running the suburbs of Sweden was both part of the appeal and a serious threat.
I ain't gonna lie, that be throwing me off every time. Then I gotta remember, like, the suburbs mean the hood in Sweden. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, bro. You could just call it the hood, just so people can stop getting confused, bro. Every time I click this video, I'm like, they in the burbs. Then I'm be like, oh yeah, the burbs is the hood out there.
Spending time during his come-up in the Darlen district in Stockholm, he would rub shoulders with the infamous street crew, the Darlen Network, building a friendship with an alleged former leader of the Darlen Network, Patty, who became Einar's manager, along with another alleged member called Chapo. As you now know, in 2018, Patty would be killed, with the allegations that Chapo was responsible ultimately leading to a trial where Chapo would beat all the charges. And now you know more about the bloody and years-long gang war that followed, it's no surprise then that Einar's position at the top of the Swedish drill community would be contentious. The later rumours were that the Darlen Network, who allegedly were involved in the early career of Einar, had become resentful towards the rapper after his career had blown up. Apparently, they had been left out of lucrative deals.
Oh, so basically he the Central Sea of Sweden. I heard Einar folks was actually getting wild in the streets, bro. So I don't know, but they trying to treat him like Central C because he ain't. Man, Central C be putting on his hood though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Central C be with all the UK shanksters and stuff.
Later, extensive police reports would reveal exactly what had happened. Much of these revelations were based on the fact that just as Einar's kidnapping was being planned, the police in Europe had gained access to messages between thousands of criminals who had been using an encrypted communication network made by the company called EncroChat. These messages showed that between the 30th and 31st of March 2020, Yasin was working together with members from both the Darlen and Vorby networks to kidnap Einar. Yasin's job in the plan was to lure Einar, who thought that the two were on good terms with him, to a location where he could be kidnapped. Later,
that backdoor stuff. I be telling y'all, bro. Me personally, bro, I can't count a backdoor as a body, bro. I can't count a backdoor as a body, bro. Like, cause I feel like, bro, if the person don't know you on that type of timing, bro, that's just the slime. We gotta add a slime on your record. Don't say you catching bodies. You're just saying you sliming people out. That's the definition of sliming people out, bro. Don't say you catching bodies. You sliming people.
Later messages would provide a shocking revelation, when one of the people involved in the plan would write a message saying that Yasin will do Einar like poi, implying that Yasin had indeed lured his childhood friend out the night that he was murdered. However, on the night that Yasin was supposed to lure Einar to a specific location, he would get paranoid after he was stopped by the police in the early morning of the 31st of March during a visit to a 7-Eleven. After a taxi driver had reported giving a ride to a group of nervously acting men who possibly had a weapon. After this search, at this stop, the police would indeed find a gun on Yasin, but this gun would turn out actually to be a replica which Yasin had claimed he was only carrying for a music.
Talking about you was only carrying that for a music video. You see, that's what I expect from the UK though. I ain't gonna back to you like this UK artillery right here. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. We don't condone anything in this documentary.
Video shoot. Also that night, another gang member involved in the plan, a former youth soccer star, Ilya Jerkovic, who had played in Sweden's under-17 national team before suffering an injury and getting deep into the gang life with the Vorby network, would find the police snooping around his apartment, making him suspicious.
Dang, just like that, bro. You didn't be like, man, let me get a trade or something. Your soccer career over with. You be like, man, if I don't become a famous athlete, I'm hopping in the streets. I can understand. Especially if you put your all into that sport and then you just lose it all. It's like, bro, I don't want to do nothing with my life no more, bro. That's what I want to do. I feel it, bro. We don't condone any of that, though.
After these events, the gang would decide to abort the initial kidnapping plan. A few days later, the leader of the Volby network, Shihab Lamauri, would indicate that they had located his longtime nemesis, Mekil Yokana, and Yasin was notified that Einar's kidnapping plans were to be put on hold. In reality, however, the plans moved on, but this time with the help of the rapper Haval. It was now Haval's turn, together with members of the Darlan network that Einar had previously associated with, to lure Einar into a specific apartment where members of the Volby network would be waiting. Astonishingly, shortly after midnight on the 15th of April, as Haval, Einar, and members of the Darlan network, including the leader, Mario Golzarmir, were driving towards the apartment, the police would once again make a stop. Unfortunately, everyone in the car seemed to be in good spirits at this point, and after telling the crew to kick one person out of the car to bring the number of people traveling in it to a safe 5 passengers, the cops then allowed them to continue their journey.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Me personally, bro, I would have looked at that as like, okay, bro. So first Brody got pulled over by 12. You feel me? Then we got pulled over by 12. I say that's the universe trying to tell us we should not do this. That's what I personally look at it as. But they like, oh no, bro, we just need to get it done. Nah, bro, that's the universe trying to tell y'all do not need to be doing this. But y'all don't see the signs. You feel me?
This stop by the police happened only 100 meters away from their destination. Inside the apartment they were going to, members of the Volby network were waiting, armed with the various weapons, as well as props that they were planning on using to humiliate Einar. Once again, in another shocking display of brutality that
No. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been hearing a little bit too much of this going on. Cause what, was that Toronto that did that? I don't think that was UK. I ain't trying to put that on the UK. I think that was Toronto that did that, bro. Pressuring them people, bro. Y'all had folks in them doing that freaky stuff. Boy, what's up with y'all having y'all ops do questionable things? I ain't gonna lie to you. Now in Chicago, someone did that to their op, but they made them do it with a female, bro. They made them eat a female while she was on her period, on game. They made them eat the cat while she was bleeding. You feel me? But they ain't make him do nothing with no dudes and none of that type of stuff. So that's why I was like, bro, they ain't making him put on no dresses or none of that stuff, bro. Because it's like, who would want to see that, gang? I don't want to see my ops in that, bro. Like, yes, we know it's going to make them feel some type of way, but why was you even thinking of this? Y'all need to question the person that even came up with the idea. I ain't going to lie to you. We don't condone that in this documentary.
I have never seen in any gang story from Australia to Chicago. These gangsters would hold Einar captive, forcing him to dress up in women's clothing and drink from a dog bowl amid beatings whilst photographs were taken. The motive was to use these photos to extort the rapper for money. They would also post a photo of a gun and a Rolex Day-Day that they had seen.
You didn't have to add the women's clothing, though. Like, if you really think about it, what was the point of the women's clothing, though? Like, I've been like, bro, it still would have been the same type of, you still would have made them, your whole goal of making them feel bad or whatever, it would have worked without you putting on the dresses. I'm not going to lie to you because I'd be like, that already sounds bad enough right there without the dress. So I think you want to see Einar with the dress. I ain't going to lie. I think so wanted to see Einar in the dress.
Seemingly taken from Einar. After the members of the Volby network were done humiliating and torturing Einar, he was then taken by Haval and 2 others to a location where he would further hand them a gun and 2 golden chains, which Haval would then proudly wear in a picture posted to an accomplice. Shockingly, a music video featuring both Haval and Einar would be dropped the very next day on April the 16th, along with the rapper Abidaz, making it seem as if nothing had happened between them. But in reality, things were far from fine, and after the kidnapping, the members were also planning on planting a bomb at Einar or one of his family members' homes, with the police reports mentioning how guys like Mario Golzarmir were stopped by the police near Einar's house in the weeks following the kidnapping. Then, in May, the perpetrators made the decision that their extortion plan was not going to work, and these pictures of Einar were published on social media through various channels. However, according to the police, an Instagram account by the name of Shobra the Don, named after the real Instagram account of Shobra from the Death Patrol may well have been the first account to post these photos. This same account also tagged the location in some of these pictures as Rinkeby and posted a censored photo of 3 Death Patrol members, including Shaki, who was still in closed youth care for the murder of Hamza, and Abe, who was already arrested for the murders of Faye and Gucci. Seemingly, this was a half-hearted attempt to actually frame the Death Patrol for the crime, or perhaps it was just trolling. On the popular Swedish discussion forum Flashback, which also acts as a kind of Swedish version of Chiracology, where real crime and gang-related cases are discussed in depth, the news of Einar's kidnapping quickly became a popular topic on the forum, with rumours spreading that Einar was even assaulted in the attack, with many trolls on the forum taking the news with glee.
Whoa, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I mean, I don't be trying to believe like these little forms or whatever, but I mean, if Birdie had him put on a dress, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did some other things to him. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. So, and I don't even try to believe like who is this guy? Like, why would I believe Samu332 with this profile picture? But since I know that they like to put dudes in dress, I think Samu might be onto something.
Some people were happy about what had happened to Einar due to the fact that a lot of his haters felt that he was faking his gangster image and suggesting that he had now gotten a real taste of the lifestyle that he claimed to live.
So he is the Central Sea of Sweden. So I was right. He the Central Sea of Sweden for real, bro? That's crazy, bro.
With one commenter saying, "Thug life, surely that's what he wanted, now he got his way, congratulations." There was also immediately
that was a little bit of freaky life mixed in with the thug life now. You feel me? I ain't think he asked for that type of lifestyle. He didn't sign up for the other stuff that came with it. I understand the street stuff, but some of the stuff y'all can't say just because he in the streets, he signed up for that type of activities right there. I wouldn't expect that type of activity just because I decide to be in the streets.
Much speculation about who had been behind the kidnapping, with one of the first suspects rather randomly being none other than Leo Chinese Carmona, the founder of Sweden's first gangster rap group Kartellen, the Cartel. However, despite numerous possible culprits being discussed and speculated about, the rumours that the Death Patrol was behind the kidnapping were immediately shut down. Einar himself would reply to the media storm with a short video where he simply stated, anyone can get kidnapped, and that this wasn't going to change or stop anything.
Yo, vad händer Instagram, eran broder här. Walla, jag har en sak att säga till er bara. Alla där ute kan bli kidnappade, alla där ute kan bli slagna, alla där ute kan bli, jag vet inte vad brorsan, men Benny mår bra, ni ser, jag är i liv och ingen kan göra det jag gör, så jag kommer fortsätta så länge jag står på ben.
Then, in July 2020, a rapper called Mackie dropped a music video where Haval can be seen hanging in the background. In one scene, Haval can be seen in a car with another rapper named Euro, who lifts up 2 gold chains and a watch that were rumored to be the ones stolen from Einar.
That backdoor stuff, I ain't gonna lie to you. Me personally, bro, I feel like, bro, if a person would backdoor someone that they was cool with for you, they will backdoor you for someone else. You can a snake is a snake. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If they grimy trying to backdoor their peoples to be around you, they is a snake. They will snake you out too, bro. Don't think, oh, they wouldn't do it to you. Because I'm pretty sure everyone thought, oh, yeah, they wouldn't do it to me either. You see what they did to other, bro? So, come on now, bro. You shouldn't have had those type of people around you, bro. But you with that type of timing too. And you going to see, that's why the back door on the rise. Because y'all honor this type of behavior now. Everywhere, bro.
During the kidnapping. Later, the police reports would reveal that Euro, real name Idris Yusuf, had also been stopped by the police during Einar's kidnapping near the apartment where Einar had been taken, with his role likely being that of a lookout. This brazen exhibition of stolen chains would continue about 1 week later, when Haval dropped a music video for his new song, Controls Them, where he likely can be seen wearing the 2 stolen chains as well as a watch. These rather subtle flexes by the perpetrators were missed by many fans and online detectives following the case, but not by the police, who were following their every move after having received the EncroChat logs in the spring of 2020, likely shortly after the kidnapping had taken place. Then, in September, they moved in and arrested the ex-footballer Ilya Jok together with several other people from the Volby network. In early December, it was reported that Haval was also in custody, followed by Yasin, who would be arrested at the end of the month. The media was not reporting which rapper Yasin was accused of kidnapping, although the fact that it was Einar was obvious to anybody familiar with what was going on. But his arrest, at the height of his career, caused a major public debate about the influence of the new wave of gangster rappers in Sweden, particularly right-wing politicians who demanded that Yasin's music should be removed from streaming platforms like Spotify, as well as suggesting that he should be banned from all musical award ceremonies. Meanwhile, more left-leaning
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm be like, bro, we banning that type of music ain't gonna do nothing. Cause at the end of the day, I feel like, bro, if they able to listen to American people do that stuff, bro, they should be able to do the same thing, bro. Just cause at the end of the day, bro, the music gonna be around regardless, bro. And you ain't gonna be able to stop them to listen to the other countries. So you might as well just let them get the money too off of it. Let your own people eat. Why you just letting Americans eat off this type of behavior when they could be eating too off this type of behavior? Because they're going to be doing it regardless. You feel me? Why not let them get signed to a record deal and stuff, and then maybe they might cool out because they signed to the record labels and all that stuff. You feel me? If you look at it that way. But if you take away the only thing that's going to get them to might do better and get out the hood, what you think they're going to do? They're probably going to be worse because the rapping is what's going to, if they blow up, get them out the hood so they won't be doing that type of stuff no more. You feel me?
Leaning voices argued about how this gangster rap in Sweden had become an artistic way to reflect on the real surroundings of people from poor backgrounds coming up in these areas. Ultimately, the gang war was heavily impacting the music industry at this point, whether the authorities, politicians, or newspapers liked it or not. The battles between these famous gang-affiliated rappers had become like a twisted reality show that Swedish citizens were following with sick interest. Unfortunately, however, for the actual rappers and gangsters involved, this was not a game. And naturally, escalation wouldn't be far behind, as ultimately revenge would be taken for these despicable acts, leading to yet more deadly bloodshed on the streets of Sweden. Following the kidnapping of Einar and the arrest of the kidnappers, Einar himself kept it street and refused to cooperate in the investigation, and the leaked pictures from the humiliation ritual seemed to have little if any effect on his popularity, which was only growing. Whilst his old industry friends were fighting their case, Einar would continue showing off his
I ain't gonna lie to you. Me personally, I would have looked at it like, yeah, bro, they on some weird stuff for making you do that type of stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you. And probably most of the world was looking at it the same way. They thought that was really gonna make him look that. No, we looking at y'all bad for making him do that type of stuff.
luxurious lifestyle on social media, seemingly replacing his stolen watches with a whole collection of Rolexes and showing off luxury vacations and his time spent driving Lamborghinis. In a way, Einar was taunting his rivals and showing that he was doing better than ever despite their best efforts. Moreover, this kidnapping wouldn't make Einar disassociate with the streets, but rather get far more involved, with rumors actually spreading that he was hanging out with various different gangs following his kidnapping and even buying protection from some of them, not dissimilar to
Nah, he tripping. That's how you get set up too. You hanging with multiple different gangs and stuff, bro. That's an easy way to get backdoor, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Takeshi 6ix9ine before he ended up getting busted, including possibly heavy hitters like the Bredan Getwork and Bandito's motorcycle gang, who were infamous in the streets of Sweden for a string of bombings. Einar was also still associating himself with many of the allegedly gang-affiliated rappers such as 50 and Mowgli, who were allegedly in the Bro network from Uplands Bro in North Stockholm. This gang has become infamous in recent years for their affiliations with the Foxtrot gang, who have been estimated to run one of the largest drug smuggling and distribution operations in Sweden, with one bust concerning a conspiracy to smuggle a whopping 800 kilos of dope. Foxtrot has also been entangled in extremely violent clashes in recent years with other large gangs, including the Darlan network, who was seemingly directly responsible for Einar's kidnapping, as well as going through a bloody internal conflict. Now, the gang was rumoured to have been led by a man named Rawa Majid, the name Rawa being close to the Swedish word rev, which means fox, where the name Foxtrot stems from. Majid is also more commonly known in the media by his nickname, the Kurdish Fox. Einar also collaborated with a rapper called One Cuz, who received unexpected international fame when he got a shout out from Ed Sheeran during a 2022 Breakfast Club interview.
There's a Swedish rapper I was listening to the other day called One Cuz, and he raps in Swedish, but I still feel it. Yeah.
One Cuz is alleged to have been affiliated with a gang called
Where's Ed Sheeran from? He from the UK, ain't he? I know he's either from the UK or Canada. No, I think he's from the UK.
the Lions, a gang hailing from the Hässelby Gård suburb in northwestern Stockholm. a gang which has since allegedly split into two rival gangs after an internal conflict, which I'm not going to get into here. But after doing a prison bid for getting caught with some heavy weaponry, One Cuz would claim to have left the streets behind him, focusing instead on his music career and collaborating with various mainstream celebrities like Ed Sheeran himself, who actually linked up with One Cuz on the track Two Step. One Cuz has even been associated with the infamous climate activist Greta Thunberg. However, in spite of saying that he left the gang life behind, references to the gang lifestyle have remained a steady part of his music going forward. In his recent music video for the song Trauma Paranoia, One Cuz can even be seen hanging out in both Hesselby Gord and Rinkeby with a large gang. And at one point in the video, a masked man can be seen pointing towards the infamous pizza place in Rinkeby where Hamza was killed. And at the end of the video, One Cuz can be seen posting with the same man in front of the pizza.
I ain't gonna lie to you. This the most goofiest mask to ever exist. Like, I don't know why do people wear this stuff. We need to leave these masks alone, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, this mask, okay, that is diabolical, bro. And the placement never be on point.
Pizza place, making it seem as if the masked man is somehow connected with the murder that took place there. Indeed, One Cuz would also post a photo on Instagram where he's hanging out with none other than Shaki, the young Death Patrol member who killed Hamza at the pizza place. This would cause One Cuz to receive some questionable media coverage, with Swedish news reporting a sensational headline calling out Greta Thunberg for socializing with a Death Patrol killer, with this negative press perhaps being the reason that the official YouTube video of that song has been deleted from YouTube. When it comes to the Death Patrol, it seemed that Einar too was increasingly spending time with people who had connections to the gang and their affiliates, including the Death Patrol affiliate Doomla and rappers Adel and ZE, who are both from the Järva area. Adel too has been associated in the past with the Death Patrol and the Husby's Hyenas, both enemies of the Shotters. Einar was also not shunning away from rapping about his enemies. In the songs after his kidnapping, he would seemingly often sneak diss the people involved. For example, in one song, with the title translating roughly to Put Them in Their Place, released in February 2021, Einar raps about becoming the most streamed artist in Sweden and people who used to be his friends betraying him because of jealousy, as well as referencing former friends who want to see him dead. After this, in April, Einar would put out his most pointed diss with his feature on the song Voi by rapper Danny M. About a week before the song was released, a young man was shot to death in the suburb of Kista. This man would turn out to be the little brother of Haval, the man accused of setting up the kidnapping of Einar. According to reports, the killers in this murder had actually fled the scene on electric scooters, with Voi, the title of that song, in fact being a popular brand of rentable e-scooters in Stockholm. In the chorus of the song, Danny and Einar rap about a body laying on the ground like a ditched scooter, rapping the lyrics.
And you see, and people be like, oh, why am I going to jail? Bro, you telling me, bro, got unalived by a person using a scooter, then you make a song named after the scooter, then you got the scooter as the thing. Come on now, it's like, bro, y'all basically be subliminally snitching on y'all self. And sometimes it don't be subliminal. Y'all say y'all did it in the song, and then that just be the cover art.
Come Get Your Boy, and the imagery of a scooter laying on the ground is seen in the cover artwork for the song, and Einar would actually end his verse with lyrics that seemingly imply his role in a murder for hire plot, rapping that a young'un will take one for the team and shoot someone and their friend, and that his new team is planning more than just getting famous, followed by gunshot sounds. The release of this scooter-themed song so soon after the scooter-aided murder would start rumours that Einar may have ordered the murder as revenge for his kidnapping, and much later, alleged leaked DMs between Danny and Haval were posted on social media after Haval had supposedly gotten this song dissing his murdered brother removed from Spotify. But while Einar was seemingly bragging about get back for his kidnapping, the authorities would be getting back for it too. In July 2021, Yasin and Haval were finally found guilty for their parts in the kidnapping, and they were sentenced to prison. Haval for 2.5 years, and Yasin for just 10 months. A few months later, in September, Einar would drop a new song, Dancer or Dance, with the rapper Adam, where he seemingly once again takes shots at Haval and his murdered brother. Also in September,
I ain't gonna lie, Einar, you see, bro, that be the thing right there. People get that money, then they let that get to their head and stuff. But bro, why is you dissing people, bro? You just like, I know they did that. The stuff they did is like kind of freaky. But the thing is, bro, they still did you dirty, bro. And it's like, bro, and you talking crazy because what? You pay for a body. Paying for a body don't mean you tough, don't mean you gangster. It don't mean nothing, bro. It just means you gonna go to jail for someone else doing something for you. That's all that mean. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Newspapers report how a drunken rapper had tried to take a police officer's gun while he was being detained, ending in him getting tased. Different sources seem to put Einar together with his rapper friends Adel and ZE all at the scene, with suggestions that the altercation had taken place during a raid on a party that they were attending. Then, the next month, on October the 9th, 2021, newspapers would report how two famous rappers had been arrested following a stabbing in a restaurant. The newspapers would also report that the victim belonged to the Husby's Hyenas gang and that the stabbing was gang-related. And rumours would later circulate, suggesting that Einar, together once again with Adel and ZE, were all at the scene of the stabbing. It seemed that despite Einar's massive mainstream success and previous entanglements with gang members, his life was still heading in an increasingly violent direction. And unfortunately, only about 2 weeks later, on October the 21st, it would all come to an end. That night, Einar was out once again, hanging out with Adel as well as Dumla, who had recently begun making music himself. They were in the wealthy Hammarby Kärstad neighbourhood in central Stockholm, where Einar had gotten an apartment. As the trio was exiting a bike storage room at the yard of Einar's apartment building after an apparent smoke session, two assailants would approach them with guns and begin shooting, making Adel and Einar begin to run in different directions, while Dumla would supposedly go back into the bike storage. Einar ran into a courtyard and was seemingly heading towards the door of the building, but would reportedly choose the wrong door where his key fob didn't work. At this point, he would be shot several times from close distance. Soon after, people in and around the apartments would arrive to try and help him, with some seemingly realizing that this was a famous rapper deciding to film his final.
No, y'all said he wasn't in the hood. Well, he was by the hood. You feel me? That's why I say, like, with these famous people, bro, it's like they be thinking they good just because they go to a nice area that's 30 minutes away from the hood, bro. They not that poor where they can't get 30 minutes to you. Like, they probably just can't get a house in that area, but they can still get out there. So it's like, bro, you gotta leave, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just going to a nice little area away from the hood is not good enough.
Final moments on the ground, which would soon end up going viral on the internet. Meanwhile, people from the other side, seemingly celebrating, and posted the picture of Einar dead on the ground with the caption, "Free Haval." That very night, people on the internet would get the information, with members of the Death Patrol seemingly confirming the murder of Sweden's biggest drill rapper. And the next morning, the whole of Sweden would wake up to the news in the media about his murder. Immediately, speculation would also begin about exactly what had happened, with news reporting about threats that Einar had received on social media in the days leading up to his death. The news would even claim that money had been put on his head following the recent stabbing incident, and it was that event that apparently made Einar particularly fearful for his life. The witnesses also said that the killers themselves were actually the ones who had seemingly filmed the body of Einar after shooting him, with some wild claims even suggesting that the killers had actually broadcasted the entire execution to...
Man, they tweaking. Like, bro, that's why I be like, bro, is y'all doing this because y'all trying to get back, or is y'all doing this because y'all want attention? It's both. It's both.
Other gang members via FaceTime live, implying that these were actually contract killers who needed live proof of the job being done. There would even be videos circulating where two masked men seemingly claimed the murder whilst listening to that song Voy by Einar and Danny M, where Einar had supposedly dissed Haval's dead younger brother. However, despite an intensive investigation, the shooters of Einar were not caught, and soon the focus amongst fans and the media turned to the few facts that were known clearly, like the fact that the people that were with Einar at the time of his death, Adel and Dumla, with many asking, how did the killers know where and when to hit Einar?
That's why I was thinking this back door. I personally thought it was back door, but then I'd be like, oh, well, maybe the people gonna get shot with Einar, but only Einar got shot. So it's like, I don't know, because they did say bro was hanging around lots of people. They said he was hanging out with different gangs and all that. That's why I'd be like, bro, you never know. You feel me? They could have felt some type of way because you be hanging with certain people. They're like, man, he be hanging with these people. We finna get over on folks. You don't even know it though. You feel me? But I don't know. Y'all think he got backdoored?
Einar's address and other personal information was secret due to the threats against his safety and the kidnapping case, as well as his popularity in the city. But this address had reportedly been leaked after he became a suspect in a drug investigation. However, even more puzzling, had the killers not arrived when the trio was outside smoking, they would have had very few ways to actually reach Einar, who reportedly lived in a secure building that required a key fob access to enter. So the only explanation then was that someone with Einar must have told the killers when...
Backdoor, think about it. Think about it, though. Think about it. Someone probably told them, oh, yeah, let's flame. The excuse to be outside was to flame up. He think You feel me? And they probably was like prolonging the situation too. I'm not there, but they probably was trying to prolong the situation, trying to keep them outside and stuff. Cause it's like, nah, bro, it ain't no way none of y'all ain't get hit but Enar. Nah, bro. Back door. Close that back door. I ain't gonna bap to you. We don't condone any of those activities in this educational documentary.
When to pull up. Soon, the online detectives would quickly point their fingers towards the Death Patrol affiliate, Mehdi Dumla Sashir, with speculation that somebody had written on Instagram 2 years before, warning Einar that his friends might sell him out. Indeed, they would also point out that this wouldn't be the first time that Dumla had possibly betrayed a supposed friend and tricked them into their death. On the 30th of June 2019, a rapper by the name of Roz was shot to death in front of his home. Soon after, newspapers would report how an arrest had been made in the case, which linked the killers to the Death Patrol. The person arrested would turn out to be Dumla. The police reports would reveal how Roz's mum had explained to the police how Roz's brother had been killed in a gang-related incident in 2018. And ever since Roz had begun rapping, he had often spoken about avenging his brother's death, upsetting the gang members allegedly responsible for the murder. And then Mehdi, aka Dumla, had suddenly appeared in his life, and soon after, Roz had been killed, with the implication being that Dumla, who had a relationship with the people that Roz was talking about getting back at in his music, had sold him out. Indeed, according to
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If you knew that he was hanging out with those type of dudes, bro, that you dissing, I wouldn't have hung around him. But I'm assuming that you didn't know that he was cool with the people that you was talking about or whatever. So that's why you let him around. Cause if I'm talking about your peoples, I'm not finna let you come around me knowing I talk about your peoples and songs and stuff. I already know you're gonna try to get off on me.
To Roz's girlfriend, it was Dumla who called him right before he stepped outside and got shot. The police would eventually catch Roz's killer, but there wasn't enough evidence to tie Dumla into the case. However, when Dumla himself was asked about the online theories regarding his role in Einar's murder, he would deny having anything to do with it, calling it speculation. However, after Einar's murder, the Swedish media would get interested in Dumla too, and one of the largest evening newspapers in the country, the Expressen, would publish an in-depth interview with him where Dumla told about his life as an alleged Death Patrol member, and even shockingly telling the Swedish public to just let the gang members kill each other until there are none left, suggesting that it's not the middle and upper class people who die in the gang war, but just the people at the bottom who have made a problem for themselves.
Stadiet som konflikten är i nu mellan Shottaz och Dödspatrullen. Finns det någon lösning där?
Nej. Det finns ingen lösning. Det finns ingen lösning på den alltså. Tills folk ska dö ju. Folk dör ju.
Och då mammor som förlorar sina söner, pappor, sina barn också. Och ett helt samhälle som blir påverkat av att ni är några killar som skjuter varandra och mördar varandra. Är det rimligt att fortsätta den?
Bro don't care about anything you talking about. I ain't gonna lie to you. He hit that with that. That's like we gotta talk about this.
Banan.
Det låter inte rimligt, men ja, det låter inte rimligt, nej. Men folk måste bort ju.
This interview would anger the right-wing media pundits who saw it as glorifying gang life. Moreover, they would point out that Dumla had one particular crime in his past which was so horrendous that it should disqualify him completely from getting any kind of publicity in any context. Months after Einar's murder, in May 2022, a newspaper would report that a man with a known gang affiliation who knew Einar was suspected of aiding and abetting his murder. This man would allegedly turn out to be Dumla. But then, on the morning of Christmas Day 2022, as Dumla was outside on his home turf in Rinkeby, he too was shot in an execution-style attack, passing away on Christmas. A few days later, a YouTube channel dropped Dumla's only music video where he actually ends the song himself, saying, "Rest in peace, Einar." It appears that Einar's murder himself has become a cold case, where the police appear to strongly...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I backdoor someone, I say rest in peace to him too, so people won't be looking at me the wrong way.
They believe that they know who ordered the murder and who committed it and who set it up, But, as seems to be a trend in this story and this country, they simply don't have enough evidence to charge anyone. Most shocking are the theories about one of the likely shooters, who is thought to have been one of Einar's old childhood friends, who goes by the name of Scar, with both of them seemingly growing up together around Darlan. Scar is thought to have become a contract killer for the Darlan network, who Einar had been beefing ever since his kidnapping. And while the police have struggled to find evidence to charge Scar or others allegedly associated with the murder, media and online detectives have published theories of a large-scale revenge taking place in the streets in the aftermath of Einar's murder, that began with the murder of Dumla and includes a spiral of at least 8 public acts of violence, including a murder, 2 shootings, and 5 bombings, 2 of which targeted Scar directly, and 1 a bombing allegedly targeting the home of Haval.
So they sliding for Einar? You feel me? So is Einar respected in the hood or not? For the Swedish people, man. Do they respect Einar in the hood, or it's just they just looked at him as like a 6'9" century C?
According to different sources, both Haval and Yasin have since moved out of Sweden permanently, following their release from prison after finishing their sentences for the participation in the kidnapping of Einar. The reasons seem obvious, given the violence unraveling around them. However, this hasn't stopped Haval from continuing to diss Einar, as in the summer of 2023, Haval teased a new song to his fans where he seemingly implies witnessing a murder via FaceTime whilst in prison. Just like the police had theorized about Einar's case, he would eventually drop the controversial song under the name of Southside, and then, a few months later, on Einar's death date, Haval would also post a picture of him smoking with a skeleton, sending a clear message about his feelings towards Einar, even long after his death.
How she's put to Sweden? I don't even know why. Oh, that just scared me. Oh my gosh.
In the aftermath of Einar's murder, the violence continues and the war in Rinkeby just gets worse and worse, largely moving past the older generations of the Shotters versus the Death Patrol to an increasingly deadly clash between the younger generations of the Holster Children and Filterless Guys, together with the younger guys from gangs like the Huspies Hyenas and Headshot League from the nearby suburbs, who had all grown up in this environment where gangs, guns, and death had become the new normal. The national media, who had become enamored with the gangs during the original conflict between the Death Patrol and the Shotters, has continued reporting on the war in great detail, focusing particularly on stories around a few notorious members, such as 2 guys from the Holster Children who go by the names 60 and Fishy, with this duo both having the letters
60 and Fishy. Bro, why does his head look like an upside down bowling pin?
SK, allegedly standing for Shotters Killers, tattooed on their hands. They were likely recruited by the older members of the...
Bro, getting the tattoos of your gang on you, bro, is like the most dumbest thing you could do, bro. Like, literally, when you go to jail, that's why they check for tattoos, because they know y'all is slow enough to literally get what y'all is tattooed on y'all, and they say, oh, I don't got nothing to do with gangs. But then you got your gang tattooed on you. You feel me? I just don't be understanding people sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Death Patrol whilst they were still in high school, but since, they have apparently taken over the streets of Rinkeby and raised hell in the Järva area during the 2020s, even being described in YouTube videos as Sweden's deadliest duo and being rumoured to have been connected to numerous shootings and murders, with 60 alone apparently being suspected of dozens of crimes within just a few years' time. In 2022, they were finally...
Also, 60 trying to get up to 60. Okay, 60 crimes. I understand. We don't condone this in this documentary.
Found guilty in relation to 2 murders that took place in 2021. The first of these murders has been alleged to have been a contract killing, showing just how this younger generation has continued on the path started by the original Death Patrol. Whilst the second one is alleged to have been part of the war with the Filterless Guys, where 60 had allegedly shot 2 members of the rival gang who had arrived to his apartment with the intention of killing him following an earlier shooting that same day. According to author and journalist...
Also, 60... he catching hats for real. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. Because out of the whole video, it sounds like 60 real life catching hats.
Diamond Saliu, who has written a book about the conflict between the Death Patrol and the Shotters, the out-of-control killing in areas like Järva can be at least partly explained with the lack of structure in the local gangs. In that sense, the problems in Sweden actually kind of follow the common trends in places like Chicago, where the fracturing of former large gangs with strict leadership structures into smaller neighborhood cliques without any real leadership after the demolition of many of the project buildings that...
Yeah, ain't no big homies in Chicago, bro. Ain't no all that literature, this, that, and the third, boy, it don't matter if you GD, BD, Stone. It's just about who you hang around, what block you from. That's that.
That house these organised gangs has led to an increasingly chaotic and senseless gang warfare, where alliances and enemies between a handful of lost youths can lead to senseless murders at a moment's notice over the smallest of disagreements. On the other hand, much like in Chicago, where the murder rate was in fact its highest during the reign of the large and hierarchical.
Hey, bro, why everything gotta be compared to my city, bro? Compare it to someone else's city for once, bro. I am flattered that I'm always hearing about my wonderful city. You feel me? But come on, bro, you could talk about New York or something.
Gangs. Also in Sweden, the more organised gangs have in recent years shown that they too are capable of inflicting brutal violence on their enemies as well as innocent victims. It remains to be seen whether the current or future governments in Sweden, whether right-wing or left, are going to be able to solve this issue. But in order to find a long-lasting solution, they will have to solve the core issue of why so many kids in Sweden now feel that the path of gangs and crime is the only one where they can find meaning. For Yasin, it seems that he has finally been able to move past that mindset, focusing instead on his rap career and raising a family far away from the dangers of Rinkeby. But others, like Einar, were not so lucky. And the sad truth is that no matter what country you come from, the fine line between gangster rapper and gang member must be walked carefully, because just one wrong step can be the difference between fame and glory or an early grave. I hope.
Now, that was a crazy informational documentary right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. We don't condone anything inside this educational documentary. But Sweden is a place that I was not expecting to get like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I knew about Sweden just because someone told me about Sweden recently, just because I started doing live streams about different countries and stuff. But if you would have told me that Sweden got all this going on like a couple months ago, I'd be like, bro, you trying to be funny? You think I'm a goofy? You got jokes now, huh? But now looking at it, y'all do got y'all own little stuff going on out there. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. But if you watch this all the way through, I know you messing with another video. So go ahead and go watch another video. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any educational, informational documentaries like this. I don't be liking to do that XQC stuff, bro. I had to give me some more. I didn't have no more smoke. And I couldn't get up because I'm not stopping the video to get some smoke. But now, I get my smoke. Hey, what the fuck is your... What is your problem, dude? Lay down. Lay down. Chat. Alright, I gotta ask you, sour peaches or mango tango? Sour peaches or mango tango? He said the mango tango. I gotta see, cause I gotta roll up one. Cause I just finished. Oh, this is pure Michigan that I was smoking on. That I just finished. Okay, pure Michigan. Who said mango? Mango tango. Off the bat, let's see how this bitch smelling. Smell like a mango. Okay, smells sweet. Sweetie. It got a little sprinkle to it. You feel me? Okay, smell good. Got a little sprinkle. Always love to see a little sprinkle. You feel me? The hard part, rolling up. Got it. Break this shit down. Break this shit down. I don't be doing music reactions like that. I just was feeling for that time. I was just feeling a little bit, you feel me? I don't be doing music though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I just do that shit at the end. Like really, I gotta be like in the mood. Like I do that shit at the end of it, but or if I'm really like in a mood to like listen to music, that time it was just like shit, fuck it. Yeah, no, I don't be doing music. Now if I do music, it's gonna be at the last blunt, on my last blunt and stuff. Or like I said in the middle, I'm gonna have to get some more videos done. Okay, cause you know we was listening to music for like 2.5 hours. Okay. For that last one. I really listened to a decent amount of music with y'all. I don't be doing that shit, but and really, and all honestly too, a reaction video will give me more money than listening to music anyway too. So it's like when I don't be wanting to listen to music, and I'm not really gonna benefit off of it for real either. So it just be like more so like on a mood thing type shit. Yeah, me even playing music demonetized my live stream just for playing music, my shit. But I don't really be caring about the monetization shit because I clip my videos. But yeah, like music shit, I don't really like it, and I don't benefit off of it either. I don't be playing the game. Only I be playing my career. I ain't gonna bap to you, bro. I don't be doing nothing for real, bro. Real deal, bro. I just be shit, bro. Before I hopped on live, yeah, I was watching a documentary on Donald Trump, bro. I had to fucking make a video about Donald Trump and all that shit, bro. But I like doing that shit though. That's the whole thing. Like when I be doing my content, what's that, 8,000? My Donald Trump documentary is at 8,000 views. Yeah, triple T. And I did another video. But yeah, honestly, bro, like that's the stuff that I really be liking. Like all that gangster hood shit, bro. Me personally, I know it'd get the most money. But what I watch on my free time, bro, I really watch like niggas getting successful or history shit. I ain't gonna bap to you. Like that's what I really watch for real. I don't really, to be honest, gang, all the content I react to, I could personally say I wouldn't be watching if I didn't do reactions. Cause I don't watch that. I don't watch this type of content. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like most of the videos I react to, I don't watch. I ain't gonna lie to you. And that'd be crazy. People would think like, oh yeah, ooh, Vladimir Putin. I had to find some stuff. The thing is, when I be watching that stuff, I be watching like documentaries on like the official like TV channels and stuff, and you know, they be hitting you with third party shit. You feel me? And the only person that I really watch that I know when to tweaking his shit, like every time when I play him, everybody sound boring. Like everybody who come to my crib, they say like they say I be watching school videos and shit. Even the females. I be having to tell the females, bro, yo ass need to fucking learn some shit. Instead of, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Since they do my hair for free, I do let them watch stuff when they doing my hair. That's the one exception. I'll let them watch some shit if she doing my hair. But outside of that, boy, I'm not watching no fucking balloon pop, no 20v1s, no none of that shit, boy. That shit don't be entertainment for me. I ain't gonna bat to you. That shit damn near pissed me off. But I could do different gang shit. The thing is, bro, the different country shit, I'm cool with though. Just because it's like a whole, I'm learning about a different country in a way. I ain't gonna lie to you. That I'm more interested in just y'all different culture. All that gang banging shit, boy, that shit goofy gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. All them niggas that's out them videos is goofies. I ain't gonna back. Every last one of them niggas that y'all tell me to react to is goofies. But y'all probably might not see them as goofies, but they all are goofies. Just like when my grandpa was out there catching bodies and shit, and he spent half his life in prison because his ass wanted to be a goofy, wanted to be a send-off on the block with the guys and shit, being a follower. Yeah, that shit goofy. You feel me? But of course, I can't say that shit. I gotta entertain it and all that shit because if I say my true mind, ain't no one gonna watch that shit. If I say, boy, all them niggas goofy as hell, boy, they ass need to go find something better to do on game. Because any one of y'all right now could go on the block right now, go crash out, catch a body. Any one of us could go do that shit. But most of us are logical thinkers that got responsibilities and don't want to throw our life away. But if you didn't care about your life, guess what? You could go on the block right there and throw your life away like the fucking goofies. Can't we? Can't we all go throw our life away like a goofy? We can. But everyone here is logical thinking adults that actually matured. That's why you would rather watch them do this dumb shit instead of go out there and do the dumb shit yourself. Congratulations, y'all actually adults and not fucking goofies. I'm happy. I'm happy that y'all not goofies on game. And y'all not out here doing this dumbass shit. Because lots of them dudes, they do this shit for validation. That's the whole reason why we know about this shit. It's no reason that I should even know that they gang banging in Sweden. It's no reason I should know they be gang banging in Toronto. And there's no reason y'all should know that we gang banging in America. It's because all these gangsters want validation. They want to prove a point that they so tough, big and bad. All them goofy. From America to Toronto to Canada, whatever the fuck. All of them goofies. You feel me? That's my real outlook on it. But I don't never really speak my real. People on TikTok know my real outlook on my older videos. That's how I really went up. If y'all ain't know, I used to talk shit about the gang niggas on gang. Like the hood vlog shit. I hate them hood vlogs. Like, that's why you don't watch me. My hood, the one hood vlog that I did in Chicago, bro, that I watched, boy, I talk shit that whole video about them niggas. I'm like, bro, these grown niggas on the block doing dumb shit. I hate watching Chicago hood vlogs. I could watch Canada shit and all that shit because that's not my area. I'm like, all right, bro, y'all doing that goofy shit over there. I don't want to see goofies doing that shit in my hood, boy. That shit, Chicago is a bunch of goofies, gang. They need to grow up. Bunch of fucking cornballs, bro. They be living with their mama and shit, relying on their mama their whole life. That's why they crashing out and shit. Because they don't got shit going. Everybody that I know that's gang banging, that's real savages, they don't got shit going for their life. They living with their mama or living off a bitch. And then hoping a rap career blow up. That's why they on the block all day, because they don't got shit else better to do. They don't got no other skills, talents, none of that shit. Just think they're a good rapper. That's the truth about lots of these niggas. You feel me? Real deal. On game. But now let's get back to talking about the shit. You feel me? Because this mindset ain't gonna get the views. I know what mindset gonna get the views, because I've been doing this shit for years. I know what mindset gonna get the views and what's not. So certain things I don't say, I let y'all know. But in the videos, of course, I'm gonna play it off. Y'all not even gonna know. People not even gonna know. You feel me? How I be doing it. Cause even with my uncles and shit, bro, my uncle is literally 2 years older than me though. 2-3 years older than me. 28 years in prison for a body. Called a body. 20 and a nigga, 20, you lost 28 years of your life for a fucking body? Congratulations, you was a fucking goofy. You killed the fucking bum. You killed the nigga that wasn't even worth killing. That shit dumb. And this my blood uncle, relative, grew up with him, in diapers with this nigga. On game. That's goofy shit though. He an outstanding member, as y'all call it. An outstanding member though. You feel me? That's why I be like, that shit be so stupid. On game. That should be pissing me off. But I only get pissed off when I think about it. If I don't think about it, I don't get pissed off about the shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. What you think about Trump taking over the 51st? Bro, Trump is a fucking, bro. Folks ass is a fucking cornball too, bro. I ain't gonna bap to you, bro. Trump ass, bro. He really just be manipulating people, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, folks just want power, bro. That's all. He just trying to manipulate weak-minded people, bro. Y'all don't. That's why Canada ain't falling for the shit. He thought Canada was on some goofy. He thought Canada was a goofy, bro. On game. Trump thought Canada was a goofy. He saying y'all not. Really, bro, Trump is one of those type of people, bro. He gonna try you like you a goofy. And then if you're not a goofy, he gonna be like, okay, you got me. You got me. But Trump is one of those type of dudes, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you. I stopped fucking with Trump, even though people think I like Trump just because I joke around a lot. Trump, once he started doing that hypocrite shit, like he go back on lots of the shit that he say. Like he'd say shit, and then he'd take his word back, and then I don't be liking that shit. And it's like lots of politicians do that shit, but I fuck with Trump more than other politicians just because at the end of the day, folks will motherfucking say, I can't trust people. I can't trust people. You look how you talk, about how you use a fucking, that's the whole reason why you will be inside certain positions. That's goofy shit. You feel me? The whole thing is, you feel me? My grandpa, you feel me? I listen to older people. You feel me? My grandpa would tell any one of y'all goofies, since you think that's, you's a goofy if you think this way. Grandpa did time in prison. You haven't been to jail at all 9 times. At least I've been to jail on game. But my grandpa been to prison, this street stuff. He would tell me, grandson, I was a goofy. I was a goofy. That's what my grandpa would say. And that's why he said, when my grandpa got time, he old now. He'd come on the interview so he could tell y'all that that's goofy stuff. You need real people to tell y'all that it's goofy. The reason why my uncle was in jail, because he had a bunch of yes men around him telling him, oh yeah, that's cool what you doing. He didn't have nobody telling him, oh yeah, that's goofy behavior, gang. Why is you doing this? That's the whole problem right there. Y'all got too many goofies around. Y'all scared to speak y'all mind. That's the problem, bro. Yeah, that's why y'all condone goofies being goofies. On game, I let goofies be goofies for internet purposes. Like, yeah, all this stuff, bro, yeah, I'm getting paid for this goofy stuff. But on game, when they come to my family, I'm going to tell my family, boy, y'all some goofies. Them motherfuckers on the internet, let them be some fucking goofies. I don't want my family to be goofies like these goofies on the internet, gang. That's why I talk about it. I expect more from my family. Now, these little goofies that's chasing the internet clout, go on here, bro, be a goofy, trying to get internet attention, catching the bodies. I expect more from my people. That's why I call that shit goofy. I already look at these rappers as goofies. But I don't want my peoples, I don't want to look at my peoples like that. You feel me? That's why I said that's goofy shit, bro. On game, because I don't want to look at them. I want my people to do better than that goofy shit. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, my people's doing worse shit than these rappers. That shit not cool, bro. That shit not cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like that shit don't be cool, gang. But that's why I'm happy. Like, and then also my pops, he grew up out this shit. Like my pops, he got older. And over time, you feel me? It took him a little minute, but he ended up getting out this shit, you feel me? He ended up getting out this stuff. So it's like, when you have multiple people that really live this life and then they actually was blessed to live and, you know, do prison time, all this stuff, I listen to them. You feel me? And I see the results of what they did. And everybody that was really in the streets that lived to see another day, they eventually decided that shit wasn't worth it. Talk about my dad. What have I done? What you want me to snitch? I mean, because they got locked up for it. I just got locked up for a gun. And because my homies, you see that's the whole point. You was a goofy. You was a goofy. Why would I? My homies didn't even snitch on me. If my homies ain't snitch on me, why would I tell what I did to the world? And my homies didn't even snitch on me. You fucking cornball. What the fuck? My grandma used to pray for me every night before cause she knew what I was doing. What the fuck? I don't even gotta tell my story. My grandma could tell my story, my mama could tell my story, my dad could tell my story, just like how I'm telling their story. They could tell my story. What the fuck? Oh, going to jail. Yes, I went to jail. Could have been up in that motherfucker for like 4 years. And if I didn't have the money to bond out, guess what? I would have been up in there for like 6 months. But luckily I had money to bond out. And then I paid $3,000 for a lawyer. Just so I can make sure everything was good. What? Why would I speak on anything else that's like, you feel me? Like, what the fuck? That's what I'm locked up for. If you search me up, that's what's on what you go see on the thing is what I'm gonna talk about. What the fuck? The reason why I talk about my uncles and them is because what? This shit is all on the internet now. You could look up their court case, my nigga. What the fuck? You think I'm finna go prove a point to a bunch of goofies? Oh, that I'm savage, I'm tough, bro? What the fuck? If you know me, you know me. And if you don't know me, then what the fuck? Everything I talk about, if I'm talking about my family and them, that's because they dumbass got locked up for it. And you could search up the shit that I'm talking about. Fucking dumbass, bro. Fuck are you talking about, goofy? Duh, that's why I'm talking about it. Because y'all can see the same shit. The fuck? And I ain't catching nobody. What the fuck? I went to jail for a fucking gun. I'm not catching bodies. And so what the fuck do I need to talk about? What the fuck? Talking about what the fuck did you do? I'm using them as an example on why you shouldn't be doing this shit. What the fuck? Where are you from? Bro, dang, you a goofy. Where am I from? Over east. 90th and Commercial. The big orange building. Went to Arnold Morellis across the street. Went to Epic in the city. On game. Come on now. Lived on 90th and Commercial. Lived on 89th and Buffalo. Lived on 76th and South Shore. Right next to Powell. You feel me? Come on now. What are you talking about, bro? You probably don't even know nothing from the hood, gang. You probably never go to school inside the hood, gang. Let's start there. You probably don't even know what I just said. You probably can't even name a block. And you see, I ain't naming no rapper blocks and none of that stuff. This is actually me being from the hood, bro. Y'all be naming rapper hoods and stuff and thinking y'all know something, gang. What the fuck? On game. Let's start there, bro. Now, where you from? Where you from, though? Can you even say you went to school in the hood, gang? Can you even say you went to school in the hood? Can you even say your parents was a gangster? Can you say your parents did any street stuff? Can you say you even been to jail? You can't say none of this stuff because you asked me, what have I done? You haven't done shit at all. Boy, you haven't flipped not one pack. You have flipped not one pack, made not one money. Boy, you haven't, boy, I bet you can't even pay your bills off the streets, gang. I bet you can't even pay the bills off the streets, bro. What the fuck? You will have to get a job, bro, to pay your bills, gang. And I'm not even try to even downplay nobody, but listen, I never had to get a job, gang, before I did social media, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't have to get a job, gang, and I still had a house, had a car, all that shit. Let's start there, bro. So that's what I'm saying, bro. You can't even pay your bills from the streets, bro. You was a goofy, gang. If you can't pay your rent from the streets, if you can't pay your car note from the streets, bro, you're not a street dude. You're not a street dude. You can't pay no bills from the streets. You lucky enough if you can even pay your phone bill from the streets. Come on now. What the fuck? Then they take your ass motherfucker a week to get, boy, it take you a week to get off an ounce, bro. What the fuck? Your ass could get a pee off in a month. What the fuck? Goof ass little boy. Talking about this, bro. Niggas can't even pay their bills from the trap trying to say some shit, bro. You not from the streets, bro. You can't pay not one bill for the trap. Not one bill, bro. Let's start there, bro. And you haven't paid not one bill for the trap. Not one bill. Promise you you haven't paid not one bill for the trap. And when I say bill, 1,000 plus. I ain't talking about no little fluky, but bro, if you ain't paying no rent from the trap, boy, you can't say no street stuff. Because I know you ain't catching no bodies. So we ain't talking about no body stuff. So the only street stuff you could do is trap. So come on now. You haven't did no real street stuff for real, bro? Let's start there. You haven't. You bapping. You bapping. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like all that shit that y'all, boy, you bapping right now, gang. And you could ask mama, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like niggas don't, bro. You trying to get me to brag about dumb shit. You see, that's what the internet be trying to do. The internet be trying to get you to brag about dumb shit. Like what the fuck, boy? Cornball shit, bro. And the shit that I'm saying is not shit to brag about. But it's something that you haven't did, bro, because your ass not street at all. What the fuck? And this shit not nothing to brag. You need to get a job. I needed to get a job, but I didn't get a job. But now I'm making a living from content. But the thing is, bro, your ass not you wasn't doing shit, gang. Gang, you haven't even, bro. Let's be real, bro. You haven't even owned the blick before, gang. Let's be real now. Nigga, they haven't owned a blick before. Yet you trying to talk all this stuff, bro. You can't even talk stuff if you don't got no blick, bro. Haven't owned the blick. And then if you join the Discord, we could join it because this old news, right? I could show myself with blicks when I was younger. On gang, let's start there, bro. We not even gonna talk about the legal blicks. We can't. We could talk about because 12 took all the hot pipes. That's why we went to jail because 12 took all the hot pipes. So I could talk about that on game. Them bitches gone long and gone now. But motherfuckers had hot pipes, bro. You wasn't even having hot pipes, bro. Nigga, if you had a pipe, all your blicks was legal, gang. And you probably didn't even have a legal blick. You probably didn't even have a legal blick. And there ain't nothing wrong with having a legal blick because I got a legal blick. You feel me? And you know, in Illinois, if you under the age of 21, and you go to jail, you get the first time offender program and they get it off your record. You feel me? Because you be like, how can you go to jail and first time offender program? You feel me? Because we wasn't no grown ass goofies trying to gang bang at no old age. We wasn't no grown ass goofies trying to do street shit at no old ass age. So you know when you doing shit at a younger age, you get first time offender programs and stuff. If you a grown man doing this stuff, 20, 21 plus, the boy, you getting felonies on your record, all that shit, and you keep on doing it when you young, your ass is getting shit. It's just you got to learn the first time, bro. Some niggas don't learn the first time, then they end up getting that shit stuck on their record. But let's start there, bro. Boy, you don't got no blick, bro. No, I'm just entertaining them because I'm rolling up, bro. Once it like if I was doing a reaction, bro, I wouldn't have even been entertaining him. But since I'm not doing the reaction, I'm entertaining him. What are you doing? Because I'm rolling up. Bro, you gotta understand, bro. Literally with Justin, whoever the fuck. It was another dude. He be like, man, why you ain't entertaining me? When I be doing reactions, bro, I don't entertain them when they be commenting. Unless you actually talking about the video. That's what y'all gotta understand, bro. I'm entertaining him because I just don't got shit else better to do right now where I roll it up. And I don't like to do reaction videos where I roll enough for real, unless I'm already inside the video. Feel me? But no. But back to your goof ass, boy. On game, you talk about this little FN57. Boy, you don't got a blick. You don't got a blick. Stop that bat. On game. Stop it. Y'all can't see his messages, bro, because it didn't. His messages, he said something that he wasn't supposed to say. So YouTube blocked it out. He said he gonna up that little 5-7 up on me. No, you don't, brother. No, you don't, brother. You talking about mean knuckle game, bro. You said mean knuckle game, bro. Bro, you talking about an FN big dog. This chop even bigger, dog. This chop even bigger, dog. An FN is basically like it's trying to be a chopper inside a handgun, damn near with them bullets. I got the bigger versions of what's inside the FN. That's little to what the fuck I got. And I got a little right here. We got a little 9 right here. Right by my foot, gang. You know what I'm saying, boy? He bringing that shit up, boy. What the fuck that's supposed to be, gang? What the fuck, bro? Anything you got, I can guarantee I got something bigger. Nah, I don't got no ARP. I ain't gonna back to you. I got a full-size chopper. But you know, the full sizes be better, bro. You'll be able to, it's more accurate. It's better to shoot. I'm from New York. Bro, I don't even think you can, bro. How you put a switch on the Ruger, bro? I didn't even know that shit even existed, bro. I'm not even gonna back to you, bro. Like, that shit crazy if y'all doing that out there. Shit, wow. I'm finna do that motherfucker. Should I do the Toronto one or the Canada? Hey, should we do the Toronto one or the UK one first? I'm finna finish the other video. Which one should we do? The UK, okay. Now I'm gonna do both of them today. But which one y'all think we should do first? Or the Trap Blue Raw? I'm gonna finish it. The UK. Then someone said Toronto first. Oh shit, unless someone else say something. Oh, someone else said UK. Ah shit, we're gonna have to go with the UK then. Yeah. And then someone gonna say do the Toronto. Then y'all just got it at a break even. Y'all put it at a break even, bro. Now y'all made it harder for me, bro. Because I was going to do whichever one had the most days, bro. And you just made it break even. So the Hunter brothers. Who is that? Now, I was talking about this little thing because we got these little parts that we had to finish. These little parts that we got to finish. We got, because we started the Canadian video and we started the UK video. We on the last parts of it. Yeah, what's that shit? That's what that shit even at. I ain't gonna lie. I'll finish this Toronto video just because this the one that's low-key I see first, but I clicked on Trap Blue Raw shit. But this shit, I said it's only 30 minutes left for this. Well, is it 30? I think no, it's like 25 minutes. Then I think I got like 25 minutes left of the other stuff too. 25 minutes of the UK.
Themselves. But this version of events has been disputed by some, and the only thing that's really clear is that not many people will ever know the true circumstances of what went down in that condo on that day. But regardless, this was a big loss for everybody that repped up top. But arguably, their biggest loss was just around the corner, as in May 2020, we would see the tragic loss of rapper Houdini.
Not my boy Houdini.
Aside from
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I just found out that Houdini was a good rapper yesterday. That's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I'm gonna keep it 100. If I didn't find out who Houdini was, I probably wasn't gonna say rest in peace to him. Because you notice I didn't say rest in peace to no one in the video. If I say rest in peace to, you feel me? I'll be saying rest in peace all day. A whole bunch of people getting unalived in this video. But if I mess with you, I do gotta say my rest in peace to you. So we gotta say rest in peace to Houdini.
Presser, who by 2020 was living it up in LA, far away from the mean streets of Jane and Finch. The next biggest prospect coming out of the area was Houdini. He'd been making major moves in music at this point. His track Late Nights with Burner Bands was doing well, even going gold. He had a big song in November 2018 with Presser called Up and Down. His 2019 mixtape Who I Am landed at 27 on the Canadian independent music charts. And one of his latest releases, a feature on Killy's track VVs, released by 6Buzz, the Toronto rap media organization that had just signed a joint venture deal with Warner Music Canada, had people thinking mainstream recognition was just around the corner for a young Houdini. But the month after this release, tragedy would strike once again. As on May 26, 2020, Houdini is murdered in downtown Toronto in a brazen broad daylight hit. A lot of the incident was caught on camera, with a 6-year-old girl even being caught in the crossfire.
You see, bro, come on now. Like, bro, I feel like, bro, I don't wish jail on nobody. But if you hit an innocent kid, bro, I wish jail on you or someone backdoor you. Whichever one you want for you, you could decide, but those two options I want for you. Someone backdoor you or you go to jail, bro, because that innocent kid can't get their life back. So, yeah, you already know how it be.
According to police, a blue VW Tiguan had waited for Houdini for around 30 to 40 minutes. And when he was spotted, a bunch of guys jumped out the car and went straight for Houdini with guns.
Tributes pouring in today for DeMargio Jenkins, the 21-year-old musician also known as Houdini, was shot and killed at King and Blue Jays Way Tuesday afternoon. Police believe Jenkins and a 15-year-old male who was injured in the shooting were targeted. The third victim, a 27-year-old woman, was an innocent bystander, according to investigators. Police say the suspect vehicle was parked for nearly 40 minutes, waiting for the two victims to return to their...
Shorty looked like she is not catching nothing. Nothing is being caught at all, bro. It looked like she got zero arrests.
car.
This was another tragic loss for the city of Toronto. Big rappers tributed him, like Meek Mill and Tory Lanez, and it said that many shootings went down in the city following this killing as the war in the streets heated up once again. In fact, things got so bad that Houdini's own memorial service got shot up 60 times in a shocking scene also caught on video. Once again, I probably shouldn't show you that on YouTube. But even more crazy than the fact that the ops tried to shoot up Houdini's memorial service is the fact that people on Houdini's side pulled straps and shot back, with the cops eventually closing in and only locking up people on Houdini's side that were shooting back trying to defend themselves. After being...
Oh, that's crazy right there. That's crazy right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, that's the type of stuff that's like, bro, that's why that's one of the main reasons why I be saying, bro, like, I don't be randomly trying to blink people down, bro. Like, you really gotta be on point with it, bro. Because it's like, you blink someone down, they'll still lock you up in self-defense, bro. So it's like, bro, you gotta make sure, bro. You better make sure they there, or you better get gone before 12 come. I ain't gonna lie to you, because they will most definitely lock you up. You get to blowing your pipe, and they just see you there. Oh yeah, you bumped.
Being hit in the gunfight and caught shooting back whilst on bail and parole, GD from Up Top gets arrested, as well as Burner Bands, who was still on bail for that grow robbery gone wrong that he had.
That's the reason why they in jail, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was just looking at it like they'll charge you for a reckless discharge. They see you shooting, all that stuff, bro, doing all that. But you on papers, yeah, you know you going to jail. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hadn't yet gone to trial for. Anywho, the loss of Houdini was devastating for Toronto rappers once again. Yet another case of a massive loss of potential for one of the city's most promising artists. It's hard to think about how much Houdini probably would have achieved by now had he not been taken from us so soon.
I ain't gonna lie. Lots of the good rappers is... Oh, now y'all show me someone else. I forgot his name. Y'all show me someone else that was actually a decent rapper.
I'd love to be able to say that after all of these losses in the streets, that the surviving rappers of the Toronto drill scene would begin to move correctly, going forward with a more positive approach to life. But sadly, that's not the case. And when it comes to negativity, disrespect, and disregard for human life, at this point, there is one man whose name stands above all others in Toronto, and that man's name is Top 5.
The GOAT himself, bro. This how you know the story finna get crazy. Doovie, and it's another dude, bro. It was light-skinned folks that y'all showed me. But y'all already know, ain't nobody above Top 5. That's why he say the best for last, the most gangster for last.
Top 5 had been looking for trouble all 2020, being seen on social media pulling up to the basketball court on the op block of Falstaff, dissing dead ops constantly in songs and on social media, and even putting time limit bounties on ops chains, telling DJ Snoopy on live in front of the whole world to see that he would snatch his chain in 7 days.
Snoopy, my nigga, your chain could have came off. Okay, madam, everybody watching us. Do you want me to take your chain? I'll give us 7 days to take your chain. I promise you your chain.
You want a cookie?
7 days.
I think he got his chain took. I think he actually got his chain took. I don't know. Is this the story where bro actually got his chain took?
Do it.
Do you want to do this? 7 days. Count everybody watching this. 7 days, Snoopy's not gonna have his chain. If you agree with me right now.
Do you think we can do it? You want my chain?
You think we can do it?
Do you want to wear my chain?
7-day challenge. Snoopy.
Do you want to wear my chain?
On my mother's life, I will shit on your chain. I'll put on my chain.
Why do you want to read it? Girl, I know if you sit on pan things.
I will shit on his chain.
Girl, I know if you sit on pan things, my you.
Okay, but agree with me.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Top 5 is so goofy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. It even be hard for me to act like he the top gangster, how goofy he is, you know. It's easier for me to act like Central C is a savage. But top 5, bro, he be making me mad. I ain't gonna lie. Central C don't be on the internet as much. So I don't know the goofy behavior Central C be doing. But every time I see top 5, bro, he on live doing all this type of stuff, bro.
Do you think I can't take your chain?
Listen, what's this gonna do?
Don't say what's this. Do you think I can't take your chain?
You're not gonna take my chain. I'm gonna take it off my neck and give it to you, and then you gotta make
Snoopy, stop switching it up. Do you think I can't take your chain?
Go answer. You can't
answer my question.
You top 5 can't take my chain.
7-day challenge. Do you want the 7-day challenge? You sure you can do GGG? It's the 23rd.
I ain't gonna lie. He was kind of scared to say you ain't gonna take my chain. I could see, because he top 5 kept asking him. And when that top 5 demon asks you a question, people get, you ain't gonna take it. You see, he got scared, bro, when that demon apply that pressure.
Right now. Everybody remember what I told you. Snoopy's chain's gonna go missing just now.
Something told me not to wear my chains to the mall today. Luckily, I didn't. Someone went and got my pendant, man.
No. Talking about, I'm lucky. Something told me not to wear all my chains today. No. Top 5 is really the top demon. I ain't gonna lie to you. This solidified top 5 is being a top demon, bro. I ain't gonna bap to you right here.
Got my brother's pendant.
Yes, top 5 really did take that chain, as well as Snoopy's Gucci hat, which he tossed onto the highway. That's the kind of timing top 5 was on. All the while, shootings are going on in the streets, including one where 27 shots were fired, hitting 2 people.
Toronto police say nearly 30 shell casings were found at the scene when they arrived. 2 men were located with gunshot wounds, one in critical condition and the other with leg injuries.
Now, this incident was apparently the shooting of fellow promising Toronto rapper Doovie. He's well known for dissing Houdini in songs, with this shooting coming strangely the same day that he released his banger of a song, Nightmares. Doovie fortunately survived this incident. However,
you see, y'all told me to that's one of the first songs I think y'all told me to listen to. And honestly, that Nightmare song, I didn't really like that song like that. Y'all showed me another song. It's another song that y'all showed me that actually made me be like, all right, Doovie is decent. But I honestly didn't. When y'all showed me that Nightmare song, I be like, it's decent, but it ain't nothing where I be like, you feel me? I ain't getting jiggy with it like that.
But sadly, around a month later, NHS JJ would be murdered. Both Doovie and JJ were from Southside Jane and had been going back and forth with rappers from North Jane and Jungle for quite some time. And following these tragic shootings, Top 5 would gloat even bringing up these incidents on a live stream with DJ Academics, saying some wild...
Who, Doovie? You said Doovie the man? Hey, bro. Hey, you ain't gonna disrespect Doovie. I hope you talking about top 5, bro. But then again, bro, you talking about top 5. You know what happened when people speak on top 5.
Shit.
JJ just got packed.
They said ask top 5 if Doovie the hottest in the city. Who's Doovie?
He just got shot like last month.
That's what I was gonna ask. Yo, top 5. You don't have to answer it, but the thing that happened with Doovie, was it you, yes or no?
No, stop.
Yes, DJ Academics' Toronto street streams are so wild, he's got to step in to make sure nobody cops to any crimes. And that would be pretty hard considering the fact that Top 5 would regularly jump on stream with
I ain't gonna lie, real deal, bro. Have top 5 act like you do get the impression that top 5 is just one of the guys, bro, that be around them dudes, because the dudes, like, it's like, bro, even when I seen like the little thing of all the little Canadians in live with Academics, other people was like more chill. Top 5 trying to do all that extra stuff like he be trying to force it, and the other people was just on some more chiller type of time. And it's like top 5 always trying to just overdo it, in my opinion. You feel me?
Academics to lay out all of the street goings on that had been happening in Toronto.
Let me tell you what happened in Toronto. Bugs, you know Bugs, right?
Yeah.
He got a leg us.
Oh,
crying. There's a next round.
I don't even think Academics know what a leg ass is. I don't know what a leg ass is, but leg shot. That I'm assuming that what it means. I don't know for sure. I'm thinking that what it means.
Rapper named Snoopy. You could go on YouTube. I took his chain in the mall.
You took his chain?
And I told him I'm gonna
You took his shade. Look, academic said you, or you feel me? He was saying that because it sound like your homies probably took the chain. I ain't gonna lie to you, since you the rapper, you put it on the internet because let's be real, you gonna get the views if you post it. You feel me? So you know how that be.
Take it in 14 days on live, and I got it on the 9th day. There's like 7 artists in Toronto that all got shot, and like all got leg gauzes. You know what I mean?
Yo, you terrorizing the city.
I'm a fucking demon.
Academics even went as far as to get top 5.
You see how top 5 just do. I'm a demon, like, bro, you overdo it. You be overdoing it, my boy, and that's why people be. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Top 5 is a bad representation of y'all, and we don't see no other Canadian rappers but top 5. So we think all y'all Canadians is just like top 5. I ain't gonna lie to you, just a bunch of top 5s in Toronto. That's pretty diabolical, ain't it?
And Doovie on the same stream, and the resulting argument between these two dissing each other's dead homies was chilling.
You're a snitch, kid.
You got a leg gauze, fam.
You're a snitch. Your bro died off of a leg gauze. What the fuck?
JJ just got packed.
Doovie,
you're a snitch.
JJ!
Yo, Doovie, I thought...
Now, all of this beef going on Academics' streams was a big deal. Academics has pretty much the most influential rap platform in America, hell, the entire world even. And let's not forget the fact that Academics pretty much came up off of reporting Chicago drill street goings on, and for the first time, he was showing the world that the streets of Toronto were dangerous and filled with demons too. And these streams were the likes of Top 5, Chromaz, Presser, and other Toronto rap legends did a lot to put faces from Toronto on the map in the USA. However, you can kind of tell from the way that Top 5 got on these streams and would talk about crime so casually that he was perhaps beginning to take that demon shit a little too far. On January the 14th, 2021, he dropped his track 2 Cases, a tribute to his GG bro Flipper, who is still incarcerated on those 2 murder cases, with Top 5 dropping some demonic lyrics, dissing dead ops like Slugger and Clutch. But only 2 weeks after the song 2 Cases dropped, Top 5 would end up catching a case of his own. On the evening of January the 31st, 2021, emergency services were called to Jane Street and Falstaff Avenue after reports of automatic gunfire. And when cops arrived, they found a man inside of a vehicle suffering gunshot wounds, who was subsequently pronounced dead at the scene.
They found this victim at the scene, suffering multiple gunshot wounds in life-threatening condition, but that victim was pronounced dead here at the scene.
The victim was named as 20-year-old student Hashim Omar Hashi, with the cops claiming that he was just an innocent accounting student with no affiliation to gangs, just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
So this why y'all call Top 5 goofy. Because, you know, when I was joking around saying Top 5 the biggest gangster, and I said he really be catching bodies, y'all said the only body he caught was an innocent. Stop playing. Top 5 getting all the ops. But now I'm hearing the true story behind Top 5. I ain't gonna lie to you. Folks are goofy. I ain't gonna bap to you, bro. This is crazy, bro. I can't even act like he a real one no more after he did this type of stuff, bro. I didn't know this is what he went to jail for, bro. The way he be talking, bro, I thought he went to jail for doing that to the ops. Maybe Top 5 might be like that, you feel me? But that's crazy.
But here's where things get weird. Just a week after that killing, Top 5 out of nowhere posts a news report to his Instagram where he appears to defend his violent lyrics, essentially saying that he only raps about violence for money and that he's not really like that, with the full segment emerging on Global News.
Top 5 is part of a thriving Toronto hip-hop scene. It's internationally recognized thanks to artists like Drake, Tory Lanez, and The Weeknd. But this rapper says there's also a stigma related to crime and violence.
To be honest, people see shootings here.
That's crazy, bro. It's like, I be forgetting Tory Lanez, The Weeknd, even Drake. I be forgetting they from Canada. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Only person that I be remember that's from Canada is Top 5.
And they're scared.
He says artists here have become polarizing figures, including himself. Millions of YouTube views, tens of thousands of Instagram followers, but like many Top 5 also has his critics. Community members saying his music sends a violent message. He says that's what sells, but it's up to all of them to change that messaging.
Rap less about the violence, because you don't want to eager somebody else to go do some retaliate, like rapping less about violence. And we're getting to that, you know what I mean? We're getting into the industry. We're out here, we're trying to make the right records.
Top 5 there, acting very different to how he does on Academics' streams, when he's talking about bodies on bodies that his team beats. And a week later, it became very clear why Top 5 might have wanted to scrub up his image in the media a little bit, as he is arrested for being an accessory to the murder that had happened 2 weeks before. But in a surprising turn of events, they didn't have enough evidence to hold him, and Top 5 was released from custody, later posting a hilarious clip.
And he was just locked up for being just a backseat princess, like y'all said. I see why you kept on calling him a backseat princess. He always just the person that's there, not the person that's doing it. Dang, bro. Y'all really hurting me with this video because I really looked up to Top 5. I really thought he was the Canadian top gangster. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Where he claimed to have given his lawyer a GGG train and saying that he's 234K in front of him.
I got my lawyer with me. All out of those. 234K.
Cheers! Always for years. Look at this. Look at that.
I'll tell you what, Top 5 is really going to put his lawyer's kids through college at this rate. Because around 3 months after being released on accessory charges, the police revealed that those charges had been upgraded to full-blown murder in the first degree. With the police naturally being unable to locate Top 5 and
whoa, so he was the one. He wasn't just the accessory. So, bro, is folks the backseat princess or not, bro? On game. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, you seeing stuff that's getting took down. That's why I ain't seeing your comments, my boy. You gotta make sure YouTube ain't taking down your comments, boy.
Warning the public that he is still at large, violent, and dangerous. So Top 5 is literally on the run for murder at this point. And you'd think that he would, lay low, keep a low profile, but no. Top 5 continued to post on his IG story, essentially taunting the cops who were desperate to find him and couldn't, going on to post up stories that reference his February Global News segment, saying that his violent lyrics are all cap and he's just trying to sell music for money, as well as him referencing his top lawyer, saying the cops upgraded his charges to murder with no new evidence. Top 5 also went live around the same time on Instagram, dissing Clutch.
Clutch! Clutch! RIP to all the fallen fucking soldiers.
Bro, you see, Top 5, bro, he think this so cool, bro. He think he look like a top savage right now. I ain't gonna lie to you, but folks, you really, bro, that really just be blowing me. I feel like, bro, it's people right now that's really in the hood, bro, of Toronto. They don't got no option to be around Drake, have no shining chains on, none of that stuff. They got to be in the hood every day, starving, lights probably off, bro. And you out here trying to be a top gangster when you got the opportunity to be something not that no more. That's why that stuff just be blowing me. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. And now you on the run because they said you allegedly unalived the innocent person because you trying to be something that you don't gotta be. You feel me?
You guys miss me, eh? Well, I miss my nigga Clutch. Who's gonna snitch on Top 5? That's a good question. Who's gonna snitch on me? Clutch is mom!
Top 5 went live again on the 22nd, defending himself, saying he didn't do shit. All the while, people are piling in the comments saying Toronto police are punching the air right now.
Oh my god, run away, Top 5, run.
Run, baby, run. Run.
They can't catch you.
Like, I ain't do shit. Everybody know I ain't do shit, but it's 144, but I'm still smoking Clutch.
And at a certain point, the mere fact that Top 5 was on the run for murder and still posting to his social media becomes breaking news in and of itself.
Artist has been connecting with fans on social media. There's just one problem. He's also on the run, wanted for murder.
That appears to be Top 5, speaking out on a live streaming Instagram video over the weekend. His viewers tell him he's a fugitive. One asking, isn't Top 5 on the run for a body? The rapper seems to talk back.
The only run I know is the treadmill.
Now I know what question you're thinking, people. Surely Top 5 doesn't still go live with DJ Academics whilst he's on the run for murder, right? Oh, he does. Top 5 still turned up to DJ Academics' live Twitch streams whilst on the run for murder, with Academics seemingly unaware of the magnitude of Top 5's situation or the likelihood that the feds will be watching and lurking, looking for clues on the whereabouts of Toronto's top demon.
I thought it was just a song, but I heard they just caught you for 2 cases. And he said, bro, I'm gonna beat that. Easy.
They trying to frame me for some shit, nigga.
Are they trying to frame? Oh, no. Oh, man. He on the run. From what? Ain't no running going on. What y'all talking about? Yeah, right. I do need to get a little running. I'm gonna get a little run going on. Ain't nothing wrong with a little running.
Bro, academics can never get away from them jokes. Anytime I look at academics comments, bro, it's always saying he trying to eat a Big Mac or he need a Big Mac.
At this point, Top 5 was basically on a combined press run and on the run for murder, making headlines again when he went live the following month, this time seeking a sit-down with then Mayor of Toronto, John Tory, saying that he wants to speak to the mayor personally before he speaks to the cops.
I'm telling them, if they want to meet me, tell John Tory reach out. If John Tory reaches out, I'm linking up with Eddie. Yo, you guys want to link up? Call John Tory and tell him I want to have a fucking sit-down for fucking 30 minutes. I want to spit my facts, and he spits his facts. I run Toronto. Goof.
In response to Top 5's offer of a sit-down, Toronto Mayor John Tory released a simple statement saying, "I know the devastation and trauma that murders in our city have caused families and neighborhoods, and it's very troubling to know that somebody charged with murder has so far not made himself available to the authorities." But Top 5 didn't let what the mayor had to say or that body hanging over his head stop him from pushing his career forward either, and in August 2021, he would go live once again at a recording studio to assure fans that he's still got time to work on that album whilst he's on the run for a murder.
Okay, we're at 1,000 already.
Yo, listen, I want this to make the news tomorrow. Fucking. You guys want to know where I am? All you blogs, look. Look, Toronto's fucking mine. I'm in the studio working on this fucking album. I caught that nigga slipping, shot him in the back. And when I'm in the staff, I'm off that clutch pack. And when I'm in the E, I'm off that sluggy. Fuck sluggy. Fuck clutch. Nothing to snitch about. And I'll never ever be a snitch. I'm not part of no crimes. Nothing. I'm not with the shits. Everything you guys see is cap. The only thing real is clutch dead.
Bro. And this is what I mean, bro. It's like Top 5. It's like, bro, you so desperate for trying to put on this image, bro. It's like you keep on going back and forth. You keep on saying, oh, this all for an image. But then you do all this stuff, and it's like, bro, come on, bro. You know, like you just overdoing. Why is you the only rapper I'm seeing from Toronto doing all this stuff, bro? Like that's what. Like why is you the only one, bro? Like all the other rappers we hearing about street stuff. We hear one little street thing about Top 5, then the rest of it is him just trolling on the internet, bro. And then when we heard about Top 5 in the beginning, he was shut off shawty. Like, come on, bro. Like, what is going on?
And of course, Top 5 goes on to taunt his newest top op once again, Mayor John Tory.
Fucking. Hey, where the fuck's John Tory? And I still want to have my fucking dinner with you, little. Like, the fuck, you thinking me I'm just joke? Toronto's fucking mine. Hennessy. John Tory. Henny and pussy. When you're around me.
Nah, he got me with the last part. He got me with the last part, bro. I didn't know you was going to say the last part. I ain't gonna back to you. But outside of that, no. Bro, you ain't getting me laughing at no other part, bro.
Naturally, all of this brazen behaviour and mayor calling out had Top 5 quite literally going Top 5 on Toronto's most wanted list. But it would turn out that Top 5 wasn't just going on the run and going live all of these times just for a laugh. Oh no, all of this sus activity on the internet was actually genuinely part of his promotional plan to push a new song that he released while...
Bro, what is this guy talking about, bro? Like, bro, you was like, bro, what is going on, bro? What is going on right now, bro? Who is you talking about? You talking about Top 5? Who are you talking about, my boy?
Whilst on the run for murder, movie featuring YG and Pressa's older brother Boondog, who did 10 years for that YBK conspiracy charge at the start of this story, getting out at the end of 2020, flying straight out to Dubai for a celebratory vacation, and beginning to drop songs under the name Boondog, with tracks like Brick for the Low and True Story both going very hard. But it was Boondog's appearance on Movie with YG and Top 5 that caught the attention of the drill community once again. On the track, Boondog says that he's smoking Sizzlack, as well as saying they're going to murk Doovie and send him to JJ. And of course, Top 5 was all over the song, saying that he smokes Clutch and Slugger. And ladies and gentlemen, I know that you're waiting for the part of the story where I say that Top 5 was captured in a daring dawn raid of some little Toronto suburb that you've never heard of, but that's not the case. This is where the story ends, and Top 5 is still on the run for murder right now. And he's still going live with DJ Academics, talking crud on the ops, and pretending he's not out.
Oh, so this video is not, but we know the ending. We know what happened. He ended up getting locked up, and he ended up getting released from jail. He ended up being the case. And now Top 5 is currently, I believe, trolling somewhere. He's somewhere trolling. I don't know where, but Yeah, he ended up beating it. Crazy. How long was he even locked up for that case, chat? How long was he locked up over that situation? But if you watch this video all the way through, I know you messing with another educational documentary. So don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any educational, informational documentaries like this. Bro, what is going on, bro? What was going on in the chat, bro? Y'all over whooping right now. Y'all over whooping. You told top 5, go sit down. Reevaluate yourself. This is fool gaze. Top 5 is a goofy. You sound like an innocent man. Sit down. And you get mad at folks because he called him a goofy? What is going on right now, bro? I hear people, bro, it's getting real about top 5, bro. It's getting real about top 5. So, bro, wait, so I don't even know what's going General, what is going on right now, bro? You told top 5, go sit down, and you evaluate yourself. Top 5 is a goofy, put respect on us. Wow, you sick. You sound like an egotistic maniac. Bro, what? He said top 5 is a goofy. You got on that with him? So Jade, you is a top 5 supporter. You a top 5 supporter. That's what I'm seeing. Cause I'm kind of confused on the situation, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, bro. Cause you said top 5 is a goofy, and then bro got you going on you. I'm dang, bro. What is going on right now? But General said folks was a goofy though. General just said folks was a goofy, bro. And you got on that with him. You just said top 5 is a goofy. Put respect on us. Why you get on that with? I'm confused though. Why you get on that with General, bro? Can you explain to me why you decided to get on that with General? Because I don't know what how the beef started, bro. I'm trying to figure out where did the beef start at? Like what point did y'all get the beef, bro? Like what was said, bro? Good morning, my boy. What's the word? Like, can you let me know where did the beef start, bro? Because I'm trying to figure out. This General said he confused right now, bro. Folks said gang shit. Oh shit. Well, damn. He says it's that gang shit. So General, now you know he got on that with you because of that gang shit. You feel me? So now you know, bro. I just wanted to figure out what was going on. I don't know. Maybe you from a different part of the Canada or something, bro. I don't know, bro. But at least we know the reason why he decided to get on that, bro. Dang, bro, Jay over here tweaking, bro. Jay in here crashing out, bro. He on that hot stuff, bro. Now time to do the not Canada, fucking UK. The final part of the UK. Top 5 of goof. Bro, top 5, bro, game. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You can't keep on disrespecting top 5 like that, bro, because I heard, bro, that Drake said that top 5 is a shooter. I ain't gonna lie to you. When Drake say top 5 is a shooter, what am I supposed to expect? I ain't gonna back to you. So I ain't gonna lie. Is y'all saying Drake a liar? Is you saying Drake a liar now? I ain't gonna back to you. That's what I'm hearing. Top 5 had beef with some goofy. You don't make you proud. I don't see nothing wrong with that. His block is on that. Drake just get protection. Yeah, he is certified shooter, certified. Bro, so y'all telling me, bro, that top 5 is the Central Sea of Canada? I can't even say that, bro, because Central Sea is way better than top 5 if we going off of music. I ain't gonna lie to you. And if you say Central Sea not better than top 5, you just hating on Central Sea. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna back to you. You say that, I know you just a hater of Central Sea. I'm pretty sure everybody could agree that Central Sea better than top 5. But it's top 5 the Central Sea of Canada. Because y'all saying he ain't really like that. Y'all saying the same thing about Central Sea. So what's going on? And y'all said the same thing about Enar. So what is going on? I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, I gotta ask y'all, who do y'all think the most goofiest American rapper is? Who do y'all think the most goofiest American? In y'all opinion, from the outside looking in, who y'all see, like, based off what y'all see on the internet, who y'all think the most goofiest rapper? Like the top 5 of America? 6ix9ine. Dang, 70%? Freak Mills. On game. Freak Mills. He be with it. Stock up him on it. Just understand top 5 is the realest when it comes to being real. It's standing ground. Bro. So is you with top 5 or not? You confusing me now, bro. I thought you was not rocking with top 5. Now it seemed like you rocking with top 5. What is going on, gang? Rick Ross, I ain't gonna lie. My boy Ghost ain't up in here. Rick Ross from my Ghost, from my boy Ghost whole town. I ain't gonna lie to you. Soldier Boy. Dang, everybody messing. Everybody said 6ix9ine. Freddie Gibb. Dang. What do y'all think about damn. Who the fuck? Bro. What y'all think about Vaughn off of 1700? What y'all think about Vaughn off 1700? General said too video. He said too many. General. You said we got a bunch of top 5s in America, gang. That's crazy. But how y'all feel about Vaughn off 1700? The dude with the glasses from Chicago and the ski mask. he looked like a nerd, but we don't know for real, bro. I don't know about his G's just hella tight. Yeah, because I wanted to see what y'all thought about folks. I'm like, is y'all just like, man, folks are goofy just because he looked like a nerd? I'm like, folks look kind of weird, bro. Folks look like Arthur. I'm like, man, do y'all take him serious with how he looking, bro? Oh, gang. Nah, bro. I don't be doing that. He be lit. Boy, that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's what made him go so viral so fast. Just because folks look like a fucking dweeb. You look like a dweeb with a whole bunch of goods and shit. There you go. Instantly watch that shit. There you go. Back to you.
A year later, Boogie B is jailed for murder and sentenced to 20 years in prison for his role in leading the attack. The loss of Boogie B was a
off the back, we coming off with someone getting locked up. Okay, we got Booger B, Digger D, Central C, Alpha A.
major blow for the OFB youngers, who at this point were still just emerging and making a name for themselves in the drill scene. A bit like Tion Wayne when he had that fight, Boogie B was a promising rapper, but one night of madness and the choice of violence ultimately left him in jail, facing a 2-decade-long sentence, and his music career completely over before it had really gotten a chance to flourish. But sadly, Boogie B wouldn't be the only one. On January the 12th, 2019, a triple stabbing takes place after a confrontation between young men from N9 and members from OFB and NPK.
I ain't gonna lie. That's something that I never heard before. It's crazy that I never heard a triple stabbing. Like, I think that's some stuff that you will hear in like jail. Like, of course, it's probably like a case somewhere, but me personally, I never heard that happen. Like this is the first time of course, it's probably something happened like that in America, but this is my first time ever hearing someone say that happened.
In the 4th Street McDonald's near Wood Green, and it was rumoured that SJ from OFB was involved in this incident. 3 men were stabbed, and the CCTV of the entire fight inside the McDonald's leaked, which again is way too shocking to show you on YouTube. But anyway, with this kind of shit going down, it's safe to say that the beef between crews from Tottenham and Green City is truly frying, and the hatred between these two groups has of course made its way to drill music, and by this point at the start of 2019, Bando K, SJ and Double L's have become the hottest trio in drill music. On January the 26th, their song Purge drops, which is littered with references to catching and shooting anything that's green, and at least in SJ's case, the entire world would soon see just how serious him and his friends were about catching anything green and killing them. As on February the 21st, 2019, SJ takes his mother's Peugeot 307.
Ooh, they got the beep bop boop rap. That's what they driving in for sure. I ain't gonna lie to you. Bro, that's so ugly, bro. My homie had a car like this, and it was so ugly. But the thing is, bro, I was happy for him. You feel me? But it was so ugly, bro. He pulled up in this car, gang. Oh no, you got the beat of the bop, boop, boop. Oh man, that's crazy.
Along with Sneaks and OSAB from NPK out for a drive, eventually parking this car back at the Broadwater Farm Estate, with the car being a meeting point for a gang meetup the following day. And then on the evening of February the 22nd,
Bro, you having a gang meetup in your mama car. And you see, this is why I be saying too about these people though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You gotta understand, bro, you doing these activities in your mama car. Now what if the ops just be op hunting one day, and they see that little beat of bop boop boop, and your mama up in it that day, and now your mama end up getting blicked up because they thought you was inside the car because you want to go to gang meetings inside your OG car. You feel me, bro? You can't be doing stuff like this, bro. This is an easy way how innocent people get hit up because you want to be doing these type of activities in your OG car, knowing your mama got to drive the same car. You feel me?
2019, SJ would meet with MPK affiliates OSAV, Sneaks, as well as 3 other men at his mother's parked car. At the car, they would change clothes, riding out around an hour later on push bike towards Wood Green. This group of cyclists grew to include SJ, Sneaks, Trills, OSAV, Shems, and 2 other unidentified males riding through the city with their faces covered. Upon the arrival to a Wood Green McDonald's, Sneaks, Trills, and OSAV, along with an unidentified male, enter the restaurant and attempt to rob somebody. And then after this altercation, the group spot another group of 4 people, 2 of whom are confirmed affiliates of Wood Green's 2-2 mob. This includes a man named Jason Frazier and another named Kamali Gabardon Link, aka K1. So after countless lyrics saying they'll kill anything they catch that's green, after spotting their green ops in Wood Green territory, all of the Tottenham boys involved in the ride-out drop their bikes, with some drawing weapons and running towards that group of enemies.
Knives and bikes. Knives and bikes. And they serious with it too, but it's like, bro, like that's crazy, bro. Like that's, bro, y'all want some different timing for sure.
Apparently, Shems pulled a semi-automatic handgun, firing indiscriminately in the direction of the Wood Green members, ultimately missing the target with a bullet going into a nearby shop, narrowly missing innocent customers. Meanwhile, SJ and Sneaks both pull out large silver knives. Trills pulled out a black knife, and OSAV had his hand in his coat, which the court were told represented a concealed weapon. At this point, the Wood Green affiliates attempted to flee the scene, whilst being chased by this gang of masked and armed young men. In fact, these scenes were even captured on amateur video by shocked diners eating nearby in a Nando's restaurant. So, attempting to flee, K1 and Frazier split up, taking different routes to try and get back to their car. And during this attempted escape, Frazier is cornered, where he's beaten, stabbed 8 times, and shot in the buttocks with a shotgun. Moments before the gang are able...
Did the last part really need, you didn't have to do the last one. I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all just be trying to overdo it in the UK. Like the UK, every time when the UK catch someone lacking, bro, it's like they always want to do the most. Like every time in the UK, I hear something like, oh yeah, they pop them, but then they hop out, then they get to stab them. Why? I don't condone anything inside this educational documentary.
Able to deliver a fatal blow to him, however, K1 arrives in a silver Vauxhall Corsa, driving over the gang's bikes and crushing the one belonging to Trills. In this failed attempt to scare off the attackers,
okay, this is why you can't, like, I ain't gonna back to you. Why is you sliding on the ops with some bikes? That's where y'all messed up at right there. Especially if you know your ops got a car. Your ops got a car and y'all trying to ride around with bikes. And you know how the UK get. They don't have no problem with running y'all off the road. I watched the news articles about what y'all be doing to the people that be on the mopeds. Anything that's inside y'all way. I know how y'all get. We don't condone that stuff.
K1 unfortunately became the primary target of their attack, with the drillers from Tottenham leaving behind Frazier, who miraculously survives those injuries. So at this point, everybody is running towards K1 in the Vauxhall Corsa that he's driving, with Shems raising a handgun ready to fire at the car, and K1 trying to spin around the car, but ultimately being trapped between 2 other parked vehicles.
He doing all this inside his mama car. Like, bro. And if you from the hood, my boy, it look like y'all inside the hood. I don't think your mama could afford to get another car, especially if she already driving a little putt-putt. If she driving a putt-putt already, I don't think she could afford this type of stuff to happen to her putt-putt. So it's like, bro, you gotta have respect for your mama. You not thinking about your mama. I'm thinking about your mama more than you. I'm like, dang. People just thinking about the incident. I'm like, bro, this is mama car that he doing this here right now. Look at what he did to his mama car.
And whilst he's pinned there, the gang unload on that Corsa, attempting to get to K1. One person shoots out a car window before jumping on the bonnet, trying to smash through the windscreen with a gun. Another person jumps on the hood of the car with a machete, trying to chop through the glass. Now, for the record, K1 allegedly had a shotgun in the trunk of this car and multiple knives, all of which he couldn't retrieve whilst this attack was going on. And so at this point, it seems that K1 realizes that he is stuck, and his only option is to flee the car. Quickly.
So they both had the same car? Because that was the same car. That was the same, because I remember it was the skeeter bop boop boop. Because I said that. And that was the exact same color car, the same looking car, all that stuff. I ain't going to lie to you unless he used the same picture. But that was the same car that he said. When he showed the picture of him saying he used his mama car, it was that car.
quickly jumping out and running into the nearby Coffee and Cream hair salon. And this shop was open, full of customers including a 4-year-old, an 8-year-old, a baby, and their shocked parents. But the gang apparently weren't bothered by the amount of witnesses.
That's crazy.
And so as they rushed into the store, the gang descended on K1 with knives out, inflicting multiple vicious stab wounds, leaving K1 fatally wounded, ultimately dying later in the hospital. K1 was killed in one of the most savage and shocking murders to ever take place on the streets of London. The attack was described by the BBC as reminiscent of a Hollywood film, but to make things even more crazy, after the murder took place, the entire group cycled together back to Broadwater Farm, right up to SJ's mum's Peugeot, changing their clothes in front of the estate's many CCTV.
Oh, I guess that's they do got the same looking car. My bad, you feel me? All them cars, my bad. Y'all was right, you feel me? I was wrong.
Cameras, with the police apparently using Broadwater Farm CCTV surveillance video to identify 5 people involved in this attack. But that identification would take some time, and for at least a little while the police would have no idea who was responsible. In fact, just after the brazen murder, police immediately made their way to the Broadwater Farm estate, even stopping Trills of NPK, who gave the police false information, and since he'd already hidden his weapon, the police had nothing to hold him on, with him walking away from officers boldly proclaiming, "I hope you lot cut down on knife violence and all that." But if you thought that was brazen, things only get more shocking. As following the murder of K1 with the direct involvement of SJ continues rapping along with Band OK and Double L's, dropping numerous songs in the months that followed the murder of K1, including the May 5th release of the trio's biggest track, Ambush, which has unflattering lyrics in it where SJ talks about pressing triggers and being a chest shot chinger when it comes to stabbings. Now obviously these are just general lines talking about the lifestyle that he witnessed growing up, but unfortunately for SJ, this track and its references to the violent gang life he lived would be used in court as supporting evidence that SJ and his associates were known to carry weapons and engage in gang activity.
Man, bro, it's like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's so many cameras in the UK. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't know how y'all even be doing this type of stuff, bro. I would have been gave up on the street life, bro. I would have gave up, bro. Like, especially like the drill street life in the UK, because it's like, bro, y'all got all these cameras. Then for you to get a blick, you gotta have money on. Like, everybody ain't just having a blick in the UK. You gotta have money on, or you gotta have real deep connections. You feel me? And then if you want to be a rapper, bro, they be taking down lots of your music just for you being a drill rapper. Like, I would have gave up on the UK life. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just would have got a job at McDonald's or something.
But Ambush was really one of the more tame examples, because there were numerous examples of SJ and other members dropping lyrics that seemed to reference the killing of K1.
K-Wiz in my risen, hell on fuck karate with street fighting Joe.
The worst of it really came out during the OFB Youngers crib session with Tim Westwood. Double L's is dropping lyrics about raising the crime rate in the N22 area. Jay went on to diss Lamps numerous times too, and the MPK Youngers were also there to drop some incredibly disrespectful lyrics as well. In fact, some of them were so offensive they ended up being censored or taken out of the final version that was posted to YouTube, but because a lot of these lyrics are in other songs or freestyles, it's pretty easy to find out what they were saying. Like MPK Tugger referencing the crew's involvement in the 4th Street stabbing outside of McDonald's at the start of 2019, as well as another brazen line that also appears in Kelvin's coffin, saying, "Something got tanned in the 9. My mum's like, oh no, what happened? I said, you're late on news, the gang's just..."
You gotta understand, bro. Me personally, wholeheartedly, I think London and Toronto is more dangerous than New York. I'm just saying, bro. That's just my opinion.
Done a quadruple stabbing. This was seemingly a reference to a 2018 incident where 4 men were stabbed in Edmonton following a car crash, with the authorities linking it to a triple drive-by that occurred only 24 hours before, where a 22-year-old man and a 16-year-old boy were both injured by a shotgun blast in a minicab. Madness. But one of the most shocking lines that had also appeared on the Sin Squad song Anti-Green saw MPK members mentioning Y. Dot, who is allegedly a relative of K1, saying that he's suicidal and that they're going to shoot him in the face, with Tugger going on to rap lyrics that were also used in MPK's True Story Part 2, where they mocked Y. Dot for apparently being depressed about K1's murder, with the final incriminating line being delivered by Sneaks, who was quite literally there for the K1 murder, saying, "Anything green get bun, Lamps got put in a spliff, and K1 got put in a blunt." Well, this wasn't a great look. By the 21st of April,
Okay, so a blunt is what I basically do. And a spliff is a blunt mixed in with tobacco. That's what a spliff is. A spliff is a blunt with tobacco mixed in. But I'm confused because I'm saying a blunt with tobacco mixed in. That's a spliff. And he just said a spliff and a blunt. So obviously you got two different meanings. I'm a little bit confused, bro. I ain't gonna bap to you. I don't know what you mean.
Trills and Shems of NPK have been arrested. Then on May the 16th, 2019, it's revealed that SJ has also been arrested for murder only days after their Westwood crib session is recorded, with the final suspects being Osav and Sneaks, who were arrested on the 10th of July. And what's weird is that even facing a murder charge, SJ didn't even attempt to keep a low profile. On June the 2nd, he drops his track Youngest in Charge from jail, which included lines dissing his ops from 3x3, E1 and ZT for just starting to rap.
I ain't gonna lie, the best time to releasing music is when you go to jail, because everybody gonna be looking at your case, trying to see what happened to you, when you gonna get out of jail. Then while they looking you up, they gonna see your song. I ain't gonna lie, the best time to get some money on. And you need it too, because you're gonna be needing that lawyer money.
With them having only recently dropped their first proper disrespectful track, Just the Beginning, in May 2019. And in Youngest in Charge, SJ also drops lyrics about spotting ops and taking them out, and dissing Lamps again. Funnily enough, it was later revealed that whilst SJ was sitting in prison awaiting his murder trial, he was apparently offered a £150,000 record deal off the strength of these tracks he was releasing from prison. Anywho, with the overwhelming amount of actual evidence that the authorities...
Oh, so basically they just trying to go on hope, just like what they did with Deshaun Watson when they signed him to the Browns. And y'all said he ain't getting out, so that's crazy.
Authorities had on SJ and the NPK crew. It's no surprise then that in December 2019, SJ is found guilty of murder in the K1 case, along with Sneaks, Trills, Shems, and Osav from NPK, with SJ, Sneaks, and Osav getting 21 years in jail, Trills 25, and Shems a whopping 28 years in.
Dang, bro. They gave him the full book. What, he was like the ringleader? This was the boss or something? Bro, he kind of looked like that dude, Babyface Ray. No, what's his name? Folks from Michigan, bro. I forgot folks' name, bro. It's not Babyface Ray. It's another dude, bro, from Michigan, though.
In prison. And in a way, what happened to SJ was really the truest example of the consequences of living this road life. SJ was rapping about being real, and he really was involved. But the unfortunate result is, he now has to live with the consequences of getting caught. But just when you thought the story was over, shit gets crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, if they give you that much just for having the shotty, boy, I ain't gonna back to you. I see why they just be having the knives and stuff, because it's like, bro, a knife could get the same thing done just like that. And 9 times out of 10, lots of people don't be having guns for real, so you really don't need a blick for real. You getting a blick is just you just trying to be cheating like that. I feel like someone getting a blick in the UK, it's like, bro, you cheating that. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's real life cheating. Just like when someone get a switch, boy, you cheating. Why is you cheating right now? I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. We don't condone anything in this educational documentary.
Once again, as when it came for the final sentencing in this case, a massive fight broke out in court as SJ and the 4 other NPK members all blamed each other for the murder, accusing each other of snitching, with many of these accusations playing out in the run-up to the sentencing in jailhouse Snapchat posts between the defendants, with all of this pressure building up to a crazy moment at the sentencing when all 5 defendants had a wild fistfight in the dock at court. It apparently took 10 court officers to restrain the defendants, and the fight was apparently so wild that Sneaks of NPK's stepdad jumped 9 foot down from the public gallery into the floor of the courtroom to get involved in the fight. That's
oh yeah. The label wasted their money for sure. Yeah, they wanna be up in there for a little bit longer, I see.
A long way down. And when he was down there, he apparently even tussled directly with the prosecutor of the case, Oliver Glasgow QC, who he apparently threatened to murder whilst being restrained by courtroom security. A bonehead move that ended up landing him in jail for 7 months too. And understandably, this last-minute beef between OFB's SJ and the NPK crew who had all done the crime together caused a split between the formerly allied OFB and NPK, which continues to this day, meaning that OFB members would now have to look over their shoulder for ops and former friends friends turned odds. And the sad truth is that while SJ was sat in jail awaiting punishment for the murder that he'd been involved in, out on the streets, OFB would be clashing with Edmonton harder than ever, as a young generation of green bandana rocking drill rappers would emerge calling themselves 3x3 and drawing out the OFB rappers at the highest level.
All that green. OFB versus 3 times.
Despite the fact that by mid-2019, Tion Wayne had become a bona fide rap star with 4 charting songs under his belt, he clearly was still in touch with the streets. Because on June the 17th, 2019, Kush from OFB was caught on camera at a set of traffic lights by Tion Wayne, who filmed him doing the dash, cutting through a red light to escape.
Come out the car! Come out the car, where you going? Come look at these guys, bro.
Well, it looked like he was smiling. It looked like he was kind of having it looked like he was smiling a little bit.
He was caught on camera at a set of traffic.
You see, he's smiling, bro.
Because on June the 17th, 2019, Kush from OFB was caught on camera at a set.
He literally smiling, bro. Hey, bro, he's smiling right now. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Is he happy he getting caught by the ops, bro?
Traffic lights by Tion Wayne, who filmed him doing the dash, cutting through a red light to escape.
Come out the car! Come out the car, where you going? Come look at these guys.
Bro was too happy the ops was chasing him. Bro, these streets, bro. I see why so many. It's like in the UK, bro. You could get blocked in so easy, bro, and it ain't really nothing you could do, bro. Like trying to do the dash from 12 in the UK, bro. 9 times out of 10, bro, y'all probably going to jail if y'all don't get a moped. Now I understand why y'all using a moped, because looking at this situation, bro. A car, bro, you can't really get away for real on these UK streets.
Guys, bro, look at you. Look.
After this, Kush replied in the video,
folks going all the way through.
Shaken up by the incident.
Crazy.
I'm sitting in the fucking traffic. I'm looking at my phone. Then I've seen a man run up behind like my car. He's running up behind me and get me. Gone to my driver's side. But then he's got his phone out. He's like, come out the car, come out the car. I've looked at him. I've looked to the left. I'm seeing another youth running up next to me. Then I've looked back at him. That's when he's tried to the video from. But look back at him. You get me? I've just popped my little signs and a cut.
However, other OFB affiliates woke up to the footage and weren't too happy. RV at Tion Wayne saying, when I saw you, you said you ain't got beef with a Mandem. From here, we'd see the likes of RB and A1 from the 9 going back and forth on Twitter, and clearly people from all sides were nervous being out public and armed, with the beef raging on, with this being the very month that a viral clip circulated of Bando K seen tweaking after a fan snuck up on him from behind. And even those at the very top of the
Bro, why are you running up on him like that? You can't run up on anyone like that, bro. Like, you just can't be doing that to people, bro. You got to understand, these is people, too. These people, too. How would you feel if someone just coming up behind you like this? Yeah, bro, you going, what? Yeah, hit him.
The group didn't feel like they could be safe out in public without being armed, because that same month on the 25th of June 2019, Heady One is caught with a knife after a traffic stop where he ran from the police. He fortunately makes bail so he can play Glastonbury and release his new album, but he is later jailed for possession of that knife at the very height of his career. So between catching that case and going to jail, Heady One releases his commercial mixtape Music and Road, which is a runaway success, peaking at number 5 in the UK albums charts and containing his hit solo song Both, which landed at number 13 on the singles charts. With both of these projects cementing Heady One's place as one of the true goats of the drill scene. But while Heady's going commercial and making music that represents an evolution away from the street activity he was formerly known for, in contrast, Farm Block's top driller RV is still on smoke, releasing his excellent Savage EP, which is just drill bangers back to back. Definitely go and check that out if you haven't. And the project itself happens to contain another smasher of a song, Crep Shop, featuring the entire trio of SJ, Bando K and Double L's, with this releasing whilst SJ is still on jail awaiting his trial, with that song including a famous bar that's appeared on numerous other OFB songs and freestyles, saying try gun lean, get shot from the backseat, a diss aimed at Russ, who had a song Gun Lean, and collaborated with Tion Wayne on the song Keisha and Becky. In fact, from here, numerous OFB youngers would release tracks where they went at Tion Wayne calling him a joker or a muppet, but the N9 and the 3x3 boys clearly weren't taking this lightly. As I mentioned previously, much to the disappointment of SJ, in May 2019, the 3x3 youngers E1 and ZT released their breakout track Just the Beginning, which was littered with disses towards Tottenham. And by September 2019, 3x3 was spotted on social media recording their own Tim Westwood crib session. And you know these get super grimy. In fact, the 3x3 crib session was quickly taken down for harassment and bullying. And that's because it had so many disrespectful lyrics in it. Like lines from the 3x3 song No Cap, where they say they smoke Kobe, lines from Just the Beginning saying they're smoking numerous people, and the disrespect in the music is soon accompanied.
We don't condone anything inside this educational documentary at all. But what I'm confused about is, how come these rappers don't get, our rappers don't get to art videos? Nah, YouTube taking that stuff down because y'all police is taking it down. Because I'm pretty sure if y'all police ain't care, they would not take them songs down. I'm honestly, because it's like in America, bro, they be saying all sorts of stuff, and I'll be like, bro, why don't YouTube take their stuff down? But I guess since they are rappers and it's all for entertainment, they can say that. You feel me? That's how it go in America. Just say, this is all entertainment purposes, and now you good. This is an informational documentary that's for educational purposes. You feel me?
By disrespect on the streets too. On September 17, 2019, there's a shooting at Kenny's Barbers in Wood Green. RV posts up a snap of him at the location laughing. Now that post goes a lot deeper than you might think, because apparently in 2012, a 15-year-old boy was stabbed there, a case in which RV was actually implicated way back, with him being sentenced to 7 years in a youth offenders institute at the time, and there was another shooting at that same location in 2014. Then in November, Trapo from OFB claimed that 3x3 actually ran him over, with 3x3 members clapping back on Snap seemingly acknowledging this went down. A couple weeks after that, Frogger and Heady One are all up on Snapchat mocking the ops once again, and as we
Frogger. Do y'all know that's actually like a game, like a little game? Have y'all ever played the game Frogger? It's a game where you use a frog and you just hop across the street. That's why the name is Frogger.
get into 2020, at the top of the year, Heady One is finally sent to jail for 6 months for getting caught with that knife the previous year. Meanwhile, SJ is still sat in jail, settling into his next few decades in the can, still recording and releasing freestyles, dissing dead ops from his cell.
But RIP get that he lost his brain. At 14, yeah, I went insane. But at 16, I put 3 ops on my blade.
Speaking of which, the split between OF...
Hey, boy. Hey, leave it alone, bro. Leave it alone. Just get to working out or something, man. Read some books.
And NPK that happened after the courtroom fight ended up reaching the streets in February 2020 when NPK members allegedly attacked OFB members with knives, once again in a hair salon, an incident that was caught on video and once again was way too shocking to show you on YouTube. And so while Heady One is sat in jail at the top of 2020 after being caught with a knife, Tion Wayne is just going from strength to strength after his appearance on that NSG single Options. By May 2020, he had racked up a whopping 7 entries on the UK singles charts, including Bally with Swams and Keisha and Becky with Russ, at which point he would pop up on a track with the leader of the most feared gang in all of Watford, the
biggest UK gangster of them all, KSI. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's crazy, bro. That is like, bro, KSI, he's so real of a gangster, he don't be trying to put that business out there though, but it's like, anyone that's inside the UK, you know what he doing inside the streets.
Men, appearing on the tune Houdini with KSI that charted at number 6, and then the track I Don't Know with Stormzy and Dutchavelli that hit number 7. Basically, Tion Wayne was on a roll, everything he touched turned to gold, and clearly the ops weren't going to be happy about this. In July 2020, when Tion Wayne is spotted in the studio with Birmingham rapper Mist, RV pipes up on Twitter dissing them both, with Tion clapping back, saying, "Lol, you're so selective, it's embarrassing, laughing face. You're a big man, keep it on the roads and stop tweeting. Fix your career and your bank account before you come on here trying to be a comedian, you waste man. This is the only clout I'm giving you," with Tion's description of them as being selective, referring to the fact that if RV is pissed off that Mist is working with one of his ops, Tion Wayne, why didn't he have that same energy for chart-topping king of grime Stormzy, who a year before working with Tion Wayne on the track I Don't Know, collaborated with Heady One on the track Audacity, which charted at number 2, and again only 3 months after this back and forth appearing with Stormzy again on Heady's hit song Ain't It Different along with AJ Tracy, giving Heady One a number 2 chart hit, the highest single song performance of his career. But regardless of the perceived selectiveness, RV still decided to clap back at Tion, saying,
What is a waste man? Like is they calling him like a garbage man? Like garbage man? They be having some, I ain't gonna lie, a funny word to me though is baddie man, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I be calling people baddie mans. And they be like, bro, what you just call me, gang? I'm like, you a baddie man. They be like, what's a baddie man? I'm like, tell the people in the UK you a baddie man and they gonna respect you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, yeah, they gonna respect you.
Drill music really corrupting people's brains, lol. When man were doing Afro beats, no one had any energy or any chat for me, especially when we were face to face. But now, everyone's a gangster. With Tion replying again, saying, when we were face to face, you didn't say or do shit, my guy. Lol, what are you on about? These lies, your hairline can't keep up, bro. Pack it in. Now, to their credit, Tion Wayne and RV are both very funny. But the verbal wasn't done, because only 2 days after this back and forth, Abracadabra from OFB comes through and drops his enormous track On Deck. And this features extensive lyrics dissing the N9 boys and questioning if they have any guns on their estate, with Abracadabra dropping these disses while flipping lyrics from Tion Wayne's very own song I Don't Know. Then when the OFB All-Star remix drops the following month, Abra brings through pretty much the whole of the Broadwater Farm estate, lined up to pop shots at both the 9 boys and the 2s. But while the rest of OFB were on gang business, Headie One is handling business. After getting out of jail in April 2020, he would get to work, and by July, Headie One was making the biggest move a UK drill rapper has probably ever made in their career, releasing the Only You freestyle featuring Canadian drill rapper Drizzy Drake, taking Headie One's reputation to a whole new level internationally.
Bro, he doing songs with too many gangsters now. You telling me they did songs with KSI and Drake? I ain't gonna lie, folks with this Drake song, he better not come to Canada doing songs with Drake, because Drake got lots of ops.
In my opinion, Headie One completely washed Drake on this track, even though Drake's verse was very, very good. And hell, it sounds like Drake agrees with me, because around the time of the release of the song, Drizzy himself came out to say that Headie One is the best drill artist in the world. The Only You freestyle hit number 5 in the UK singles charts and charted at numerous other countries internationally. But most people that heard the track probably didn't even realise what Headie was even talking about. The song has lines mentioning Boogie B's murder case, and the song ends on a lyric where Headie basically says that he is trying to give guns to his youngers because the beef in his area is on, and they're straight up Tootsie sliding for the gang. And I tell you what, Headie wasn't lying about the beef frying, because literally only 3 days after his Only You freestyle drops, there's a triple shooting on the Broadwater Farm estate.
Police were called here to the Broadwater Farm estate just before 1 a.m. this morning to reports of gunfire. When they got here, they discovered 3 individuals who had been shot at. Now, the police are keen to trace a car that was used in the shooting. Now, it's believed that an
2 groups would occur on October the 8th, 2020, when Ispot from OFB is stabbed in the eye on a train by 3 teenagers armed with machetes, apparently one of whom was as young as 14 years old. There's a lot of rumours about exactly who was involved in this, which I don't want to spread, but it has been suggested that those involved might have had ties to both 3x3 and NPK, with the fact that both 3x3 and NPK members posted on social media mocking the situation after it happened. Apparently the 3 teens responsible.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Just because someone come out speaking on the situation don't mean they got something to do with it, bro. Because I know y'all be seeing certain situations where a dude would die and then 3 different hoods get to dissing them and claiming it. So it's like, we know all 3 of y'all ain't do it. So who did it? You feel me? So it's like, just because someone come out doing it, they probably just doing that just to troll. Because, you know, soon as someone pass away, they like to troll and stuff. We don't condone anything in this educational documentary.
Have been charged with attempted murder along with lesser charges, and it had even been said on the news that the individual attacked had been left blind in one eye.
So they actually did it, then they went on the internet and talked about it. Because I know some people, they do that, and then it'll be a whole nother person that get locked up for it. I'll be like, bro, y'all was doing all this on the internet. You remember when those one people from Florida, they was trying to act like they had something to do with XXXTentacion passing away, trying to be like subliminal and stuff, and then they didn't have nothing to do with it at all. But he ended up getting views off of it.
It would take a few months for Ispot to actually come out and address this situation personally, eventually revealing on Snapchat that he was indeed stabbed near his right eye and in his hand in an unfair 3-on-1 fight, with him suggesting that those responsible had gone on to say that Ispot had stabbed them first in court.
In court? He's going to Dubai. Oh,
we're now closing in.
Oh no, I'm scared to go to Dubai because I know they laws are strict. So y'all beefing in Dubai? You playing crazy. I ain't gonna lie. You think the UK jail is bad? Go to Dubai jail. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd rather get locked up in America than get locked up in Dubai. I ain't gonna lie to you.
In on the conclusion of this story, but not before getting to one of the craziest things to happen as part of this feud. As we get into 2020, the back and forth between OFB and the Greens of N9 and 3x3 is as active as ever. And in November of 2020, rappers from both OFB and the 9 are spotted on social media cooling out in Dubai. And while they're out there, Turner and Tion are seen posted up at a club saying that the ops know where to find them.
Niggas talk about be safe, yeah? Listen, you fucking turn it up out here.
Be safe in the dark.
Listen, the real deal. YouTube gangster, internet killer. You see me, big turns, yeah? I only got one thing to say, yeah? Hold on. Look at the green. Look at the yellow. Alright, one thing to say, yeah? Niggas know where we was gonna be for 2 days, and niggas not pull up. They ain't on smoke about be safe, bro. You niggas be safe.
This led to Bando K responding on social media, saying that the Niners aren't really with it.
Guys need to stop the bad boy chat, man. Especially you know they're not with it, man. Stop it. You're all dickheads, bro.
And throughout their stay in Dubai, the Niners and the O would go back and forth. Tion posted that they all look up to him. Bando replied saying him and Heady 1 are outside in Dubai. Heady piped up saying social media is killing his people. And at a certain point, the disrespect got turned up to a whole other level when the OFB guys started mocking Turner from the 9 for a recording of him apparently crying over a girl.
No, I ain't gonna bap to you. I feel like as a man, bro, you should never, ever make a video of you crying on the internet, especially if you got ops. If you got ops, you really shouldn't be crying on the internet. But it's like, even if you don't get ops, bro, like you cry on the internet, bro, you end up getting into an argument with one of your siblings. They're gonna be like, all right, don't get to crying on the internet like you did last time. You get an argument with your mama. Your mama might say, oh yeah, you don't get to crying on the internet. Like, people gonna bring that up just to let you know, even if you don't got no ops, bro. You get into an argument with one of your homies. Hey boy, you be crying on the internet, gang. Don't cry on the internet at all. Like, nothing good is gonna, like, what? Like, I be trying to figure out what be people's purpose of crying on the internet anyway. Like, what do you think you finna get out of that? Like, do you think people finna be like, oh my gosh, I feel sorry? People, man, when people cry in front of me, I try not to laugh. Nah, man, I can't be doing that, folks.
Girl, no comment on that one, Turner. But Turner clapped back, saying that it's these guys always initiating beef with him and that he just responds. But this international social media spat eventually came to a head in a violent and the most inappropriate fashion, because who would have thought that these two warring crews from North London gang sets would find themselves together on the same flight home from their Dubai holiday. And around this time, amateur video begun to surface depicting Tion Wayne and Heady 1 in a physical confrontation on board a flight set to fly out of Dubai, where apparently a drink was thrown, followed by Tion Wayne taking what looked like a full swing.
Oh nah, they tweaking on your flight to leave, boy. You lucky if they didn't be like, oh yeah, let's take them off the plane, lock them up, get locked up, and now you finna have a longer trip in Dubai.
Punch at Heady 1, but thankfully missed / was absorbed by everybody's favourite grow house robber, Morrison. Look him up in your own time. Anywho, whilst Tion is swinging on Heady, Turner is having a scrap with Desi on the other side of the plane, with Desi seemingly armed with a plastic shank that you would use to chef up an in-flight meal. Now, the short clips that circulated from this incident didn't really tell the entire story, but they sure did set the...
He using a plastic, that's just that UK, that's his UK primal instinct. You feel me? That made him feel more natural when he did it, even though it was plastic.
Internet on fire with a raft of hilarious memes that followed. Once again, the clips of the fight on the plane are a little too spicy to show you on YouTube, but eventually, Heady 1 would come through commenting on the situation on Twitter, saying, little altercation with some gangsters coming out for a fight with their phones out, clearly some clout chasing, I'm good, I'm free, a hair on my head hasn't been touched, I'm having dinner, steady. To which Tion Wayne clapped back on Twitter himself saying, lol, oh, you were internet boy now. Disappointing. Before the phones came out, I bust your boy's face. You lot were running back to the kitchen. Man didn't even back out no phone. Man replied to his boy bleeding by dashing Fanta, which is a soft drink in the UK. And here he is tweeting. These guys always fall in the public, no real heart. Man called me a clout chaser. I've been airing these guys. They've been saying my name in their songs every second.
Wait, so Dash and Fanta is just like a Fanta pop, but it's a type of flavor that y'all got of Fanta. Cause we got Fanta out here. Like we got Fanta Pop, I believe.
Even the ones I don't know, I'm out. Desi from OFB replied to this saying, that was some dead wok-house scrap, he means prison house. You weren't even on it, and your friend that's 28 years old was waving his camera screaming around like some gal. With Desi going on to say, you yourself, when Hetty told you look at your friend waving the camera when we're supposed to get it cracking, you looked back and didn't say a thing. I saw in your eyes the disappointment, don't come here and cap for the net. Anywho, after the fight, some of the OFB boys, including Frogger and Hetty 1, were seen still in Dubai, I assume after having been removed from the plane, and as some rumours said, having been arrested and put in jail for a brief period.
Bruv, don't listen to everything you hear. My man's calming there now.
Bro, who took a violation, bro? What's man talking about? Man are talking shit, bro. Bruv, man are lucky that we weren't all there, innit? What? Man see a two-man, Turner's there screaming, showing his, just trying to snap video like Desi didn't fly kick him. Brother, come on, bro. You're getting fly kicked by a 19-year-old. You're a big 26, 27-year-old man. Like, what's the man talking about, bro? Everyone's just chatting bare shit. And then what? I'm seeing all you people trying to post up.
You see, it's like you can't, like, in that situation, it's like you lose either way. Because it's like, if you are overly grown 26-year-old and you find a 19-year-old, right? So, look, even though a 19-year-old still a grown adult, bro, it's like, bro, if you beat up the 19-year-old, bro, they gonna be like, come on, bro, you 26 beating up a 19-year-old. And if you lose to the 19-year-old, they gonna be like, bro, you 26 losing to a 19-year-old. So either way, it just sound bad on your part, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Of course, you losing sound worse, though.
You lot are... Yeah, I know you shit. Turner, you was just a video, man. And everyone's getting excited. Man are trying to say, Hetty, the Desi head boss, this, that. Bruv, where's their bus head? Where's the bus head? Come on, man. Man, just chat bare shit, fam.
However, in spite of claims that they'd been to jail, Frogger made a post seemingly suggesting that they had gotten out, with Bando K later posting snaps of him leaving the country, confirming that he had been to jail and that he would have stayed in Dubai if they hadn't locked him up, so fuck this place for a while. Going on to suggest that he was actually due to be there next week, but he's probably never coming back, possibly related to an outstanding legal issue because of this fight. With Bando out here looking like he was kind of doing the race like some sort of Arabic TK. Tion Wayne also posted saying no one's been arrested, and Turner managed to flip the situation into a W very quickly, slapping together a song and a video about the situation called Flight Mode. Fortunately, no one was hurt in this exchange, but it was yet another reason for these two constantly warring sides to continue beefing and having public issues with each other.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I would have saw the ops, I would have been like, hey, bro, we in Dubai. You know how they get. We can handle this in UK. Soon as we touch down in the UK, the stuff that we was gonna do in Dubai, we just gonna do in the UK. You feel me? We don't condone any of these activities in this educational video, though.
And that would continue on in music as we get to 2021, which is of course the year that Tion Wayne takes over the entire rap game.
Taking it over.
In 2021, the many complex and intertwined beefs of North London gang warfare are still raging. Following the split after the fight between SJ and the MPK members in court, MPK pull up on the Broadwater farm blocks, filming music videos at iconic beef locations in an attempt to disrespect their former friends. Putting purple MPK bandanas on the sign, something that 3x3 had apparently done before. As well as going as far to go and film in front of that Nando's in Wood Green, where witnesses filmed SJ and MPK members running away from the K1 murders holding knives. They also went to the spot where Lamps got shot and Edmonton Green Station. This ended up being the music video for their track Exposing Ops 2.0, which was quickly taken down from YouTube for inciting violence. And this is kind of no surprise, seeing as the lyrics of the song had Sneaks claiming that he gave SJ a black eye in that courtroom fight. They say that they're FBK or farm block killers, and even seeming to claim responsibility for the Ispot eye stabbing incident. But while the ops are going low, at least Hetty 1 is going high. On the 12th of
February, is Farmer 12 farm block, or that don't got nothing to do with farm block? As I'm assuming, since his name is Farmer, he from farm block.
February 2021, Heady finally releases his debut studio album Edna, which goes #1 in the UK album charts. This must have been a huge point of pride for Heady, especially considering the fact that the album was named after his deceased mother, Edna, who sadly didn't get to enjoy her son's success. To me, this really is the moment that Heady One proved to himself and the entire world that he is far more than just a drill rapper. He is a true artist who evolved, moved forward, and clearly has what it takes to survive in the modern music industry. But sadly, whilst his youngers Bando K and Double L's were still pushing forward with the music, by 2021 holding a whopping 5 chart entries, including their protest song BLM with Abracadabra, but sadly they were still being targeted in the street. On the 8th of May, 2021, a massive brawl and stabbing goes down inside of one of London's most famous and historical department stores, Selfridges. It's unclear exactly what went down. A knife is pulled, a mannequin is thrown, and Bando K and Ispot are seen in the altercation, which was caught on camera. Again,
why the mannequin? This is what I mean by the UK, like, they just doing anything, bro. Like, literally, on the other part of the video, bro had the gate. Why is you picking up the gate? Like, they just be, oh yeah, let me, first thing they see, they grabbing anything.
and too violent to show you on YouTube. 8 people are arrested, including Bando K, who fortunately gets out quickly and posts up on Snapchat. Funnily enough, their ops over in the 9 are having a very different time of things in 2021, because in March, Tion Wayne drops another collaboration with Russ, the song Body, that is an instant classic. Tion Wayne's Body ends up going to #1 in the UK singles charts, becoming the very first drill song in history to go #1 in this country. That's the kind of body I like to see drill rappers catching. Of course, the Daily Mail were trashing them, saying a gangland drill song has gone #1, oh how bad that is. But hell, if they thought Tion Wayne having a #1 song about doing grievous bodily harm to your ops and swinging a shank at the pagans was bad, wait until they hear the remix. Because a little while after Body dropped, in a last-minute dash to pick up more spins to secure that #1 spot, Tion Wayne dropped an all-star remix to the song Body. Now, this remix was mainly overshadowed by the big-time debut of RD, aka H, with elocution lessons, dropping bars about shagging girls sans condoms. Another highlight of this remix was Fabio Foreign's appearance, popping up like he's on some kind of New York UK drill exchange program, and embarrassing our whole country by using his 8-bar verse on the biggest song in UK drill history to reference a fictional UK driller, Roadman Shaq. You know, man's not hot. Nice one, Favi. But of course, the real grease came from the real G's, with
That's not, bro, I swear to God, bro, folks had us real life thinking in America that man's not hot. That was the real life UK gang member. I remember when he came out, bro. His name like what, Shaq West or something, bro. We thought he was real life like the UK like members. We be like, bro, this how the UK gang members really is, bro. Like, it's crazy.
Tion bringing through the 3x3 rappers E1 and ZT, who appeared on the remix giving a healthy dose of street credentials and disrespect for the ops, using the track to rebuff OFB's frequently used claim, anything green get bun, saying it's a cap because no one from 3x3 has been shot. Surely you'd think that after bagging a #1 hit song, Tion Wayne had truly gone clear. He wouldn't ever need to gangbang or throw up a green flag ever again, right? Well, a little while after Body topped the charts, Tion Wayne was actually spotted out with a tank. Some people thought Tion Wayne had used some sort of GTA cheat code, spawning a tank and perhaps unlimited ammo to finally put an end to this beef once and for all. And it was a smart time to do it because Tion had made sure that he had already 100%ed the music industry before using cheats. Jokes aside though, it turned out that this big old green tank was actually just a prop for the music video of Tion Wayne's new single, Wow. With this releasing on the 3rd of June, the music video was looking like a straight up Grove Street block party, with Tion bringing through the whole 9 and a whole lot of green, I assume as another massive taunt to his rivals. Combine that with lyrics about
Bro, is Lamborghinis cheap out there, bro? Like, why do every rapper, like, they got so many Lamborghinis? Like, look, like, I ain't gonna lie. Well, lots of these rappers that we see with Lamborghini, but I seen Central C with a whole bunch of Lamborghinis and stuff in his older videos. Like, I be seeing all types of people with the Lamborghinis and stuff. And it's out here, you gotta be big time for you to be having a Lamborghinis, just one of them, bro. And y'all be having multiple of them inside the music videos and stuff. It's like, bro, where's Lamborghini from? They a Europe car? It's a European car, right? I believe so, ain't it? What country was Lamborghini made in?
ops struggling on the O and not being able to defend their block, Young G shooting up north, and even ending the song by saying the whole 9's confused when he says free SJ, an apparent reference to the fact that both OFB and 3x3 both have incarcerated rappers that go by the name.
Oh, so y'all be getting them a lot, cause Italy out y'all way. So it's easy to get little Lamborghinis out there. But they cheaper out in Europe They cheaper out there for y'all?
SJ. So, this is where the story ends. I'm here at the Hollywood Bowl in Wood Green, the location where Lamps was murdered. He was only 19 when he was killed, and he had his whole life ahead of him, only a couple of years younger than the likes of K1 and Kobe. Take that along with the fact that Boogie B and SJ from OFB were sentenced to decades in prison before they had even turned 18. Just going to show you that the road life is truly...
Bro, I know you didn't just go to where this man passed away just to end the video off, bro. I know. Listen, brother. You could have ended the video off inside the comfort of your home, bro. Why did you do this? Just to show, oh yeah, I'll be around that area. Okay, bro. You be around that area. We know you could pull up Trapper Easy, could pull up any area in the UK. He had to make sure we know that he could pull up anywhere inside the UK. I noted. I ain't gonna lie to you. But if you watch this video all the way through, this educational documentary, I know you're going to mess with other informational, educational documentaries. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications for more documentaries like this. You see Trapper Easy, bro? That's crazy, bro. He had to pull up to the area, bro. I'm thinking like he just ended the video off where this man passed away at, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Trapper Easy, he different. I ain't gonna back to you. Folks different for real, bro. And he said what? Trapper Easy had feet on land. I ain't gonna back to you. Motherfuckers don't be having feet on land for real. That'd be the whole problem. Trapper Easy. Feet on land. What are you talking about? Let me see what the fuck they got going on in Netherlands. Netherlands. I'll be high, y'all just in place coding ways. Woke up trying to play up and hell no, Afraid on the cover 30 hit get thing to a nigga. That shop saying to a nigga, man. So, cause I know my name rings on that shit. No, that's shit on there. Alright, the most feared Dutch kingpin. When I think of Dutch, I think of something that I roll up with. I'm not gonna lie to you. But then I found out that Dutch got a lot more going on than the blunts. You feel me? If you ain't know, blunts is called Dutches. It's a type of blunt, if you ain't know. You feel me? I don't know if y'all got Dutches in Amsterdam. I'm pretty sure y'all got Dutches in Amsterdam because I'm assuming that it's from Amsterdam. They got like the Dutch people on the little packages, I believe. Like they pilgrims. I don't know. I ain't gonna say y'all pilgrims out there because I don't even know if y'all really pilgrims. But you feel me? This the most dangerous person in Dutch in Amsterdam, Netherlands. You feel me? So let's see what make him the most dangerous person out there.
The streets of Amsterdam in the 1970s were not for the weak. It was a world ruled by secrecy, betrayal, and blood money. And in the shadows of this underworld, one name sent shivers down the spines of both criminals and law enforcement alike. Greg the Black Cobra Remmers at every turn. But Greg wasn't just another dealer looking to make quick cash. He was building an empire, and unlike most criminals, he played the long game. Greg Remmers was born on April 6, 1948 in Surabaya, Indonesia, before moving to the Netherlands as a child. While many immigrants in post-war Holland struggled to find their place, Greg had no interest in following the rules. Instead, he was drawn to the streets of Amsterdam.
You see, already, bro, like off the back, bro, like this what they be expecting y'all to do. You feel me? Because you hear how they be talking. So it's like when you come to a different country, you should really try to be on your best behavior just to really mess up their head because they thinking y'all gonna come out there and do some stuff like that. You feel me? You know what Donald Trump be saying. You do the opposite, they're gonna be like, man, you really tricked us. But nah, y'all don't want to trick them for real.
Where crime wasn't just a way to survive, it was a way to thrive. During the 1960s and 70s, the city became a hub for hashish smuggling, heroin distribution, and illegal gambling. Young Greg learned fast, making early connections in the drug trade. But he wasn't content with being a middleman. He wanted control. His first major arrest came in 1975 when he was convicted under the Dutch Opium Act. But if authorities thought this would slow him down, they were wrong. Prison wasn't a punishment. It was a classroom, a place where Greg observed, learned, and built alliances that would shape his future empire. When he walked out of prison, he wasn't just a street dealer anymore. He was a businessman.
They say some people, bro, and this one of the things what they be talking about with the prison system too. Some people could go in on some low-level crimes, and then they end up coming out a way worse criminal just because you end up sending them to a place that's bad. And that's what people were saying when they say Sweden actually can help, because when you put someone that's bad inside a bad place, they're going to get even badder. And someone that's somewhat bad going to get even more badder. You feel me? So really the bad prison is only going to make people worse. And that's how Sweden prisons be working, I guess, from what I heard.
By the 1980s, Greg had mastered the art of drug trafficking. He expanded from small-time smuggling to large-scale international operations. He didn't just move product, he controlled the entire supply chain. His biggest breakthrough came when he forged ties with the Colombian Cali cartel, one of the world's most powerful drug organizations. Through this partnership, Greg ensured a steady flow of pure cocaine into Europe, with Rotterdam and Antwerp as key entry points. But unlike many drug lords who let greed cloud their judgment, Greg was careful. He never handled the drugs himself, always worked through trusted intermediaries, and most importantly, kept his organization structured like a mafia family. To outsiders, he was untouchable, but to the authorities, he was the biggest target in the Dutch underworld. In 1989,
I ain't gonna lie, it sounded like he doing what every other criminal be doing inside Amsterdam, bro. They be actually pretty smart. Like, I say the most smartest criminals I done seen in these videos for real life be Netherlands and the Irish people. I ain't gonna lie. In Ireland, they do get some smart people out there. Now, the crash outs, Toronto, London, but I will say Vancouver and Canada, they be on some more organized type stuff though, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Police finally made their move. Greg was arrested again and sentenced to 7 years in prison for drug trafficking. Most criminals would have seen this as the end, but for Greg, it was just another setback in a long and calculated game. By the 1990s, Greg Remmers wasn't just a drug lord, he was a legend. Despite serving time, his network continued to grow, operating across South America, Spain, and the Netherlands. His sons played key roles, ensuring that the organization remained within the family. But law enforcement wasn't backing down.
Oh, so he real life on a real deal. Ain't nobody being up in this stuff but the family members. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. He might be moving a little bit differently now that I'm listening closely. When you listen closely, I'm like, hold up. If he really got only, even though we did hear some stuff where it was only family members, but then they end up getting involved with other people. You feel me? So I don't know if it's gonna be one of these type of situations.
They knew that to dismantle Greg's empire, they had to go deeper, to uncover the streets he thought were hidden forever. In 1997, Dutch authorities launched Operation Speed, a massive surveillance and investigation effort aimed at taking down the Black Cobra once and for all. They didn't just track his movements, they listened to his calls, infiltrated his network, and followed the money. What they found shocked them. Greg wasn't just importing hundreds of kilos of cocaine, he was deeply connected to Colombian drug lord Eugenio Don Hugo Montoya, a major figure in the Cali cartel. Authorities moved in, seizing 250 kilograms of cocaine and 2,000 kilograms of soft drugs. It was one of the biggest drug busts in Dutch history, but the real prize was Greg himself. This time, police were ready, but so was he. As the walls closed in, Greg pulled off his most daring escape yet, disappearing before police could take him down. For law enforcement, this was personal. They'd spent years building a case, and now the Black Cobra had slipped through their fingers. Would they catch him before he vanished for good? Or had Greg just outplayed them once again? By the late 1990s, Greg Remmers had reached a level of criminal success few ever achieve. His network spanned continents, moving tons of cocaine, hashish, and ecstasy across Europe, South America, and North Africa.
You see, in lots of these videos, it really just be about trapping and them being on some El Chapo type of stuff. I will say they do be catching bodies and stuff, but really, they only catch bodies for real when someone play with their money. You feel me? In these type of stories, that's why I've been peeping.
His operations were so well structured that even his time in prison did little to slow him down. From the outside, it looked like Greg was untouchable. He had survived multiple arrests, betrayals, and law enforcement crackdowns. Yet, he still controlled one of the most powerful drug smuggling operations in Dutch history. But the game was changing. Authorities were no longer just chasing the drugs, they were chasing the money. And as Greg expanded, so did the risks. In 1997, Dutch authorities launched Operation Speed, one of the most ambitious anti-narcotics operations in European history. Investigators had one goal: take down Greg Remmers and dismantle his empire. To do this, they intercepted his communications, despite his use of Finnish encrypted phones that he believed were impenetrable, infiltrated his network, flipping key associates into informants, followed the money, exposing hidden accounts.
That's why they say do it by yourself, bro. Even, I ain't gonna lie to you, because that's why I'm saying, bro, they said he's different from everyone else, bro. This how everybody end up getting took down, bro. They end up thinking people that they got solid. They end up find out that the people that they around not really that solid. They tell, now you in jail. You feel me? You was trying to overgas him like he was just so different, bro. And he finds out he's the same.
And laundering schemes across Dubai, Spain, and the Netherlands. What they found confirmed their worst suspicions. Greg wasn't just importing drugs into the Netherlands, he was working directly with the Cali cartel in Colombia. His closest international contact, Eugenio Don Hugo Montoya, a top figure and one of the world's most powerful cocaine syndicates. Then came the biggest break in the case. In a series of raids across the Netherlands, Belgium, and Spain, authorities seized 250 kilograms of cocaine, hidden in a shipping container destined for Rotterdam. 2,000 kilograms of soft drugs linked to Moroccan suppliers. Millions of euros in cash spread across hidden bank accounts and front businesses. The impact was devastating. Greg's supply chain was crippled, his network was exposed, and his closest allies were turning against him. This was no longer just a drug investigation. This was a war. As pressure mounted, Greg's loyalty-first mentality was put to the ultimate test. The problem with running a criminal empire like a mafia family is that eventually someone breaks. And Greg had plenty of people willing to save themselves.
You see, I thought he had his actual family, bro. He doing the same thing. You overgassed it in the beginning.
Authorities flipped multiple associates, including logistics managers, traffickers, and even financial backers. These insiders exposed routes, contacts, and hidden financial structures, all leading back to Greg. The biggest betrayal, however, came from within his own organization. In March 1999, Dutch police moved in for the final strike. Their target, Greg and his son, Andy Remmers. But someone warned them first. A corrupt police officer leaked the operation, allowing Greg and Andy to vanish just hours before their arrest. For Dutch law enforcement, this was a disaster. They had built the perfect case, yet their biggest target had slipped away once again. For Greg, however, the clock was ticking. He knew he had one final move to make, because this time he wouldn't get another chance. For months, Greg and Andy stayed on the run, using fake passports and international contacts to evade capture. But their freedom wouldn't last long. On November 27, 1999, Dutch special forces finally tracked them down. Greg the Black Cobra Remmers was arrested once again. There were no more last-minute escapes, no more corrupt officers protecting him. This time, it was over. But was it? As Greg the Black Cobra Remmers stepped into the courtroom in the early 2000s, there was a sense that this was more than just another drug trial. This was the moment where one of the Netherlands' most notorious crime bosses would finally face the full force of justice. For decades, Greg had outmaneuvered law enforcement, building one of Europe's most powerful narcotics empires. He'd slipped through their fingers time and time again, even managing to escape just before a major police operation in March 1999. But by November 1999, he was back in custody, and this time, the prosecution wasn't taking any chances. The charges against him were staggering. Prosecutors painted him as the mastermind behind a sophisticated drug empire responsible for importing massive shipments of cocaine and hashish into the Netherlands. They argued that Greg had built a criminal network.
What is hashish is another word for like the Zaza, or that's like some whole different stuff.
Network that operated like a multinational corporation, complete with logistics experts, financial managers, and enforcers who handled the dirty work. But Greg wasn't the type to go down quietly. His lawyers fought hard, challenging the prosecution's evidence at every turn. They claimed that the case was built on unreliable witnesses, many of whom were former associates looking to save themselves by turning state's witnesses. They argued that while Greg may have had a reputation, there was no direct evidence linking him to specific shipments. Despite these efforts, the weight of the evidence was undeniable. Testimonies from informants, intercepted communications, and financial records painted a clear picture of Greg's leadership in the drug trade. When the verdict was finally read, the courtroom fell silent. Greg was convicted on multiple counts, including drug trafficking, money laundering, and leading a criminal organization. The sentence was severe, ensuring that the man who'd ruled the Dutch underworld for decades would now spend years behind bars. But for law enforcement, the fight wasn't over yet. For most criminals, a high-security prison sentence means the end of their empire. But Greg Remmers was not most criminals. Even from behind bars, whispers circulated that he still had control over key operations. He had spent years building a network designed to survive.
So you basically saying he like Raheem Najish or something like that, bro? Because it's another guy, bro, Tahim Najish. Folks with lots of them, if you got motion, you're going to be able to run stuff behind the bars. That's the whole point of having motion. If he wasn't able to do that, that means he just didn't have motion like all the other people, bro. I'm thinking, bro, you had me thinking folks' real life was on some different type of time in the Netherlands.
Without him, and now it seemed that his associates were keeping his business alive. Dutch authorities weren't taking any risks. They placed Greg in strict conditions, ensuring that he had limited contact with the outside world. His phone calls and visits were closely monitored, and his financial transactions were scrutinized to prevent him from financing any ongoing criminal activity. But even inside the walls of a prison, Greg commanded respect and influence. Former associates who turned on him in court now feared for their lives. The Black Cobra had a long memory, and in the world of organized crime, betrayal is never forgotten. Reports suggested that Greg was far from powerless. Some believed he was still orchestrating deals through intermediaries, sending out orders through coded messages, and visitors who carried out his bidding. Law enforcement tightened security further, determined to ensure that Greg would not operate from prison the way some drug lords had before him. But no matter what they did, one truth remained. Greg Remmers' influence in the Dutch underworld was impossible to erase. By the time Greg had spent years in prison, a new generation of criminals had begun taking over the Dutch drug trade. The old names were either dead, locked up, or in hiding, and a younger, more ruthless breed of traffickers had stepped in. For many, this was the final chapter in Greg's long reign. The Black Cobra, The man who dominated Europe's drug routes was no longer calling the shots. But rumors never stopped. Some still believed that Greg had hidden millions from his drug operations, money that authorities never managed to find. Others claimed that he had mentored new players in the game, passing on the secrets that had kept him in power for decades. Even as he aged, his reputation remained unshaken. For the new generation of criminals rising through the ranks, his name still carried weight. He had outlived rivals, evaded countless arrests, and built an empire that law enforcement had spent decades trying to dismantle. But whether the Black Cobra was truly finished, or if he still had one final move left, remained a mystery. Greg.
Yeah, Brody, real life, I ain't gonna lie to you. You see, I ain't gonna lie, this whole video was really about folks making money for real and evading the police. It wasn't even really about catching bodies for real.
Remmers may be behind bars, but is this story really over? Let us know what you think in the comments.
Honestly, yeah, bro. Over time, you gotta realize, bro, when you first get locked up, yeah, you gonna have your motion, you feel me, still. But as the years go on, bro, people gonna stop listening to you. They gonna realize, like, bro, you was in jail, bro. I'm not finna keep on doing all this. And then they gotta do a whole bunch of extra stuff just to be able to do what you want them to do. So it's like, I gotta go out my way just to be able to do a command that you want while you locked up. People ain't gonna keep doing that stuff, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. He gonna lose it over time, bro. Probably not right away, depending on how much the streets love him. But eventually, all that power gonna be gone, depending on how long he up in that for. But if you like this educational documentary, then like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any educational, informational documentaries like this. We do not condone anything inside this educational video. It's 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Yeah, chat. I'll say down there. He's only on this video for 3 hours this time. That's crazy. That's crazy. What y'all trying to hop on Twitch? Y'all trying to go over on Twitch with it? Okay. Hey, slide over there. Y'all trying to slide over to Twitch. Do a couple. Before I down there go to sleep and shit. Hey, if y'all trying to slide over there. I know I'm going to, if y'all ain't trying to do it tonight, I know for sure I'm going to be going on Twitch tomorrow. If y'all ain't trying to do it tonight, though. Right. It's raining and shit, bro. It's been raining down there every motherfucking day, bro. And that shit gonna get you raining hard. What's my Twitch? I'm trying to send it. Yeah, and Twitch don't be tripping with the rules like that, like YouTube. YouTube be tripping. And this my Twitch. If y'all don't want to deal with them YouTube rules, YouTube be on that BS. I ain't gonna back to you. yeah, no, if y'all trying to be over on Twitch, you feel me? We can most definitely start over there. Shit. Alright, bet. Alright, chat. Everyone on YouTube, I appreciate everyone that tuned in to YouTube, you feel me? We finna do like an hour or two over on Twitch because, you know, it's less rules and regulations on there, you feel me? So we got more freedom to do what we want, you feel me? So if you like freedom, then go ahead and come over to Twitch with us, you feel me? And if you don't slide over, I still appreciate you for tuning into this live stream, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all still the GOATs. And we gonna hop on live tomorrow with it. Well, later today. You feel me? If you don't come to the Twitch. But